play, but he has a really good tool in particular for the matchup as HoneyBee coming in with Devora. Look for him to get anti-air heavy with that Geyser Palm and try to keep her at bay as far as the movement.
HoneyBee says that this match to him feels winnable, just gotta play solid. And for K7 Show-Off, I asked him thoughts on the matches. He says forward 2 into GG's. Although I think that might be for another character he's got up his sleeve. Here we go, it's the beginning of the top 8 for this week, NA East.
And we've already seen about 3 back-to-back huge plays from both, starting off with a flawless block by HoneyBee to put an end to that early pressure by Show-Off here, who's getting going here. Look at the quick staggers, and even HoneyBee with the immediate read. This is already so fast. They've made 14 huge decisions early on in the first 10 seconds.
Yo, okay. HoneyBee in there with that huge jump normal she's got. Doesn't have an extra bar here, but this is already going to be pretty decent. Into... Oh, he did get it up! I was about to say a setup, but never mind. He sealed it with 339. Round 1 to HoneyBee.
That was insane, you know, again, how fast they were playing and how, HoneyBee was able to, I mean, took a really big risk right there, but how quick he was able to access that damage off of like 3 massive reads and quick pressure from Show-Off.
Well, Show-Off's got the corner now. Pressuring here in the corner, trying to stay safe. The threat. That jump kick comes in way up high.
Ooh! Cashing out with some big damage there is Show-Off, 398 damage, and he says go ahead and try to anti-air that real quick as he's doing an entire 360 with his leg.
She does have fantastic anti-air. She's got a couple of the better ones in the game, but that jump kick is among the better ones in the game as well.
And that's what I was talking about. One of the best tools that Rain has is that Geyser Palm. Not just for conversions, but at creating massive anti-airs, and he's going to keep him unbreakable there too. Really smart stuff there by Show-Off. Oh, he's running away with this. David, and he went for the meatless pickup right there. Looks like he dropped it.
Giving a chance to HoneyBee, which is always a big risk to do. He's got the corner now. He's got, yeah, jump back just for safety. That big limb up in the sky.
Whoa! Both of them missed timing there, and it's one more hit for Show-Off, who throws. HoneyBee got the flawless block earlier on that, and I wonder if he went for it and then just realized they didn't have the meter out off of just breaking away. Either way, Show-Off surviving that first round that was so quick for HoneyBee to make one big read and take the entire health bar, for him not to be phased whatsoever, and then we saw the explosiveness right back. Beautiful stuff by Show-Off, and we're seeing tools in the matchup being used really well too. One of the things that makes Devora so strong, Rain's Geyser Palm is able to take away, like you saw with that crucial anti-air, and it just took the momentum out of HoneyBee, and it's momentum that he's not used to losing, I think, David.
Yeah, that jump punch is really hard to anti-air for a lot of characters, but I guess Geyser Palm's a pretty easy solution to that. So HoneyBee comes into this in winner's side, of course, having beaten Jetring and Abyss, 2 really strong players. K7 Show-Off qualified by beating Deadly Rebel as well. Pretty tough path for both of these. But HoneyBee's already had really consistent success. He got 5th week number 1. He got 4th week number 2. He's currently the 2nd in points overall. He's going to be at least 5th this week as well, so he's going to shore that up even more.
Which is major points.
Got 5th previous as well. Currently 9th overall. Yeah, these are both 2 of the most successful players so far early on in week number 3.
Ooh, anti-air already from Show-Off, and not even punishable in that Geyser Palm, the breakaway. HoneyBee just able to steal a turn. Get a knockdown here. Immediately coming in for the pressure, and that's gonna be, I think he's gonna be hesitant on those jump-ins as we move along. But one thing we know about HoneyBee is how strong he is mentally, in that the moment that you think you've got him conditioned, he will do it again. He will do it again, and that's what makes him such a hard player to fight.
And right now he's been able to control. He was for a while anyway. A little risk taking on Show-Off side pays off. Got pressure now as a result. Wow, HoneyBee waking up with buttons. Maintaining control as well, and the corner.
And how cheeky is it that HoneyBee steals so many turns and that slight negativity of the BioHazard rush too? Already 2 here in this matchup. Flawless blocks of slightly better situation, and Show-Off gets the input error, trying to come from a crouch position up into a stand 1 maybe, and got the Geyser Palm into death.
So he starts out in the corner here, trying to take up a little bit of space. Trying to hang out. He does have the air sky rush. He's not going to bring it out. It's HoneyBee now in the corner. Oh, what a tech! Trying to stay alive. There's the escape. Will it be punished this time? But tried it again. He's did it twice. Not work twice.
Big damage, and more importantly, corner carry, I feel like, on that bubble, and nice confirmed by HoneyBee. I think HoneyBee went for the throw because I saw a bug on Show-Off there. Maybe he wanted a crushing blow. The bug on him here, though, but he's got that position that maybe he loves, so he's just in that max jump 1 distance, and he baits a down two on a show off there.
I love his control at that spot. Yeah, it's such a threat. And we're not seeing the geyser anymore. We did see it for a while. Tries it again this time. It works. And HoneyBee, is it enough? It is enough.
Oh no. It's a baby. Oh no. Oh god. I forgot about that. I forgot. Oh no. I was like, whew, sorry guys. I haven't seen that one in a while. Disgusting.
HoneyBee looking good, showing off. You can also check him out to see him show off even more on YouTube and Facebook /HoneyBee Commander. That's his last name. And on Twitter, HoneyBee CMNDR.
HoneyBee doing a lot of really cool things with this stuff too. Does tournaments himself and has classes where he tries to level up a lot of people. And one of the, I would say one of the players where I've seen so many people train with HoneyBee, and now they're big names in tournaments. I kid you not. The Hive has created an army, just like Devora has, and he has embraced every single bit of that lore.
It's really cool. He's done a great job at Facebook too, on streaming. You know, making a little crew for himself out there. So right back to Rain for show off. And you know, you mentioned the geyser palm a few times. That's something that we saw in game number 1. It was really impactful. In that last game, we saw a bunch of jump punches from HoneyBee, and we did not see the geyser. I really want to see more of that from show off. Starting off though with HoneyBee.
And that's what they got picked up too, is that HoneyBee was not afraid at all to keep jumping, and show off sat there and took it quite an awful lot in that last game. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that he also brought the aerial Argus plunge, which you've seen get him out of situations, and then HoneyBee with the immediate counter of teleporting it and actually getting a punish. Most frames are used to that being safe, and it's good that HoneyBee stopped that early. Got some great pressure here going. I love that quick stagger pressure that K7 show off does, where he'll like stagger, go to pressure, or do a huge backdash and try to open you up with a whip punish.
Yeah, he really makes good use of that character's movement, which is such a big part of playing the character. Doing a great job on that little pickup, only down 1, but it was still pretty cute. Use that jump again. It is killing show off. That time, look, he was too busy to bring out the geyser palm, but we've already seen in this round too a miss on the anti-air. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'm just going to tell you what's necessary.
That it's there, and I think that HoneyBee just made a really good read once more on that pressure that K7 show off has really just stuck to, which is, you know, quick stagger and then either pressure or go away and try to set whip punish. And HoneyBee's kind of covering almost both with that neutral jump, because you can't go at him when he does that neutral jump. The best thing K7 show off to do is try to react with geyser palm, but he's just holding these jump ones now, and HoneyBee's getting all this free pressure and free chip damage. He's already a quarter of the way dead.
There we go, though. Yeah, okay, well, you know what? Yes, another chance. Capitalizes on this. He's got good damage. He's going to get the corner as well.
Ooh, I'd love it to back one, by the way. That's one of the coolest looking mids. He puts all the water out there, and he eats the down 2 check to the chin. And all the damage on HoneyBee's going to get even before the breakaway. That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, this is big problems right now for show off as HoneyBee moves him towards the corner here. He's got the bug coming. No, the bugs are coming.
What a setup right there. Every fiber of your being right there, Ultra David. Every fighting game player of all time sees a whiff throw in front of them is gonna press. And I think all of us would have gotten clipped by that bug right there. That was such visual trickery and so I don't know. It was really utilizing a fighting game player's reactions against them right there. Cheeky setup by HoneyBee to take the lead 2-1.
Once that bug is birthed, you just gotta respect it for a little bit, especially on Amplify. Because, yeah, it could be throw, but it could be just teleport. Sometimes you see him do that dash forward teleport out of the sky. And you have to respect it, because the bugs are still coming, right?
They are going to come
gets to do
no matter
something.
what.
It's exactly, right. Well, look, do you think the show-off sticks with Rain at this point?
Ooh, I mean, Show-Off has done this a lot when he has match point against him, where he just says, you know what? You want to know what would be really good right now? Is if I only had to touch her twice and she dies. And no, I'm just kidding. But this character it's going to be so different. And I think how he's going to play, I think we're going to see a lot less forward movement, and we're going to see him slow down a little bit, try to control the pace of the match a little bit with those projectiles, look out for teleports, and then try to just put out 3-4 and try to hit confirm into some massive damage. That's pretty much the spawn game plan that you're going to see here implemented by K7 Show-Off. We'll see if he gets a little flashy, though.
Yeah, and there's that range where she has that huge jump 1. I wonder if Stand 3 can help him deal with that range. It's got a little bit of an anti-hitbox to it. I guess
I feel like he just went underneath that projectile with that forward 2, by the way. Whoa. Talk about some tech right there. And there are strings that do that. There's Sebastian backing off a little bit, and what a perfect forward! Like, he reacted to the forward move from HoneyBee to put himself in the perfect max distance of that stand 3. Beautiful stuff there, but HoneyBee breaking away from all that damage. He's gonna eat every single bit of it here. Look at that one bar, David, for over 30%!
Yeah, but just like we said before, HoneyBee is not afraid to steal a turn, and he kind of did right there. Immediately gets right into pressure of his own. He's got the bug coming, gotta hang out. The grab comes.
Definitely a mix-up right
Very
there.
Close now.
What's the read gonna be here?
Backing off. He still has those threatening projectiles, but even that bug at this point. Oh!
I'm scared.
Is it in time to die? Oh, the second hit was almost there, putting HoneyBee at match point.
That, I feel like that was pretty ballsy right there, but what a decision by HoneyBee to put out one of the slowest projectiles in Mortal Kombat 11 and just says, go get him, champ.
Back into it. HoneyBee's hit confirms have been on point in this set. Looking so strong. No bug!
Tech by HoneyBee right there.
What? And I guess every now and then, he did have breakaway just in case.
There's that control to neutral jump 1, and there's even less of a threat for HoneyBee now to do that, or David, I feel like. Oh, there's a bug!
I'm telling you! I'm telling you!
Oh no! And now he's comboed for it! Oh. I feel like everything has revolved around HoneyBee stealing a turn at some point to set. Oh, and in with a grab, the last thing you expect in the pressure. What a turnaround for HoneyBee after game number 1. It looked like he got more comfortable, even though again I thought that anti-air would have kept him grounded a little bit more, but to HoneyBee's credit, the way that HoneyBee is so aggressive, and he never tries to let someone else stop him from doing what he wants to do. And he just kept going for it until it worked, until he won, and HoneyBee's gonna advance here on the winner's side. But someone's wrong here. Or someone's gonna be wrong here, right?
Round 1, fight.
Alright, so I think it's probably just scoop created like we usually see. We got, yep, that's exactly what we're seeing. Turbo, give me the gas. No, are we just gonna hang?
Wow, whoa, that was a whole lot of
Are we slow playing it?
But an awful lot of something here as these guys look a little hesitant here early on. What are we...
A slow played match between upgraded Jackie and slight gas Cabal. I would not have guessed that. I love it.
I was about to talk about this could be one of the most insanely mobile and high-octane matches we've seen,
right?
Which is what we got last game, and then we get these two characters, and they just chill, full screen. Whoa.
I'm not mad at that, though. Pick your spots.
Yeah, it's a different approach. It's a different approach.
Very close there was... Oh, no!
This has paid off. Hijinx has gotten so much off of Kerbo being the one to move forward.
It actually has worked out for Hijinx. Yeah, I agree with you. It's also looking a little bit funky maybe to me in internet. I'm not really sure about that. I guess we'll see as this goes on. But Hijinx is out. Wow, again! Anti-airing with the goop. Okay, almost as well.
That is a really smart way to approach the matchup. That goop shuts down almost every aerial way in, and almost grounded on Amplify. Oh, wait a second, though.
Okay.
What a call-out, Hijinx. Very high risk, very high reward with those wake-up buttons. This is one character that is hard to do that against, who possesses most of the mids in Mortal Kombat 11, right? What a challenge and what a reward for Hijinx here early on, who has just done stuff differently. Really caught Kerbo off guard, I think, here early on. Who's going for a short mix-up, and that was such a cool gas blast after the short-up cancel, and he's opened up Hijinx here early and cashed out. Actually, whoa! It's still going.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go all the way through the round, in fact. And he's gonna get the corner afterward. He had nice little staggers there in that pressure as well. It wasn't just the hit confirming into big damage, it was also mixing up in the time, and we'll have to watch that as this goes on. Oh no. In there immediately, it was Curbolicous. The goop doesn't matter.
Woo! Kept the quick reset right there, turning that into almost a 40% sequence. Keeping himself so safe, and wow, how different this has been when Kerbo's been able to just pressure an awful one
big
hit,
chance.
steamroll the way he has.
It's Hijinx making the most of it. 350, and still in here, And still in here. No more block.
Oh,
Oh my
no,
god, immediately into it. I love it.
I can't believe that connected.
Bar right there. He had no defensive for the movement. He had no offensive for the cancel to this guy, so he went into Taylor to get the most that he could. And now remember, he was comfortable at this range, but
Yeah,
he's not going to be so comfortable versus Cabal with that fatal blow coming out.
Oh no! Oh, is he dead? He had the crushing blow! Oh my
Baby!
goodness! I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. That was incredible.
What a match that was to start out as slowly as it did, and I almost, in retrospect, I understand why neither player wanted to get
Not
to
to
this
quote.
point, because when it did, it went so crazy.
Wow, that was like a heavyweight boxing match. That were like that first round, they were just feeling each other out, and then it was only haymakers until someone was KO'd. That's all it was. They were just kind of feeling each other out, and then they just full swing, both of them, back to back until someone fell down, and it was Kerbo with a very ballsy throw at the end. Where again, if that was a regular throw, I feel like he lost, but even he was above us in knowing that he had that crushing blow loaded, wasn't even paying attention, and what a victory right there. This is very unpredictable, given how game one went.
Yeah, it's a very volatile match. It certainly could have been Hijinx. Kerbo ended up taking it, but yeah, this really could go either way. And I wouldn't be surprised to see, maybe Hijinx start this off by playing that slower style again, because that did seem to be effective. Pressuring is effective as well, right? We saw that work out for him too, but if you're close, that means that Cabal could be close too, and that could be bad news. Yeah, there it is. It is this kind. Calling it zoning is not exactly right, but there is at least that anti-air arc versus slight gas Cabal up in the sky.
Big damage here. Oh my! It was like looked like a stand 3 in there for 340, which is what you should probably write down as the damage you're going to take every time this character touches you, unless we get the big drop by Kerbo. Hijinx on the hut now. Not gonna commit right there. Could have got some damage once more. Oh no! 0 for 2 there. That could have been everything on the comeback.
That was both offensive bars, and neither one was the commitment he needed, unfortunately. Hijinx right back into it, stepping back in. Here he goes. Of course, Kerbo's out of there, but Hijinx, lead back off. Whoa, what a tech! And Hijinx trying to be outside of that saw range. It's just hard versus that Cabal with all the movement that he has. He can be in range to throw the diagonal saw so quickly from so many different spots. It forces you to move. Or to respect that in case you're worried about that saw.
Got the one. Last straight hits here for Kerbo. No big damage quite yet. Definitely gonna be feeling himself. That he's knocked Hijinx down in the corner. Pressure's on.
Both have the same idea there.
Whoa! Waking up with the instant jump too. Getting a clip. No counter hit though. Not gonna be a crushing blow for Hijinx. He's gonna get the pressure this time around. Committing.
He was looking for the big stuff there, but Kerbo was out of it just in time. Had the offensive bar. He's gonna get more pressure here. It's so scary here for Hijinx, who wakes up so bravely. The fear in both players' eyes. Can he get there? Oh, what a conversion. What a conversion by Hijinx. The awareness right there to solve that problem of how can I get the kill with Fatal Blow. It's genius.
Mess with the wrong family.
He's alive here. Good position as well.
Fight.
And I've noticed that Hijinx definitely a little more aggressive here. Opting to go back and then make the decision to leap in, and this time does get the 3-3 to punish, and with no defensive bar. This is going to be Ouchtown population Curbolicous. Another kick to the back of the head for 40%. A little bit of bleed on you. Take to the skies, no fly zone, and that had to have added an extra 10% on the ground while you're bleeding. The floor is lava. There's an anti-air defense system. Where can you even go, David? Nowhere. He's bleeding for doing this.
Still taking damage, yeah. But we saw last. Oh my god, the conversion was absurd. Stand one, do it again. His own fatal blow here. I really like the awareness that we're seeing. Delicious.
Very, very clean. It looked like stand one dash cancel stand one. That was how crisp that thing was. Oh, and all to it. Swing right there when she may have. Oh,
What a mess.
man. Only brutals here on the Bro Competition here tonight. I'll tell you what.
What a mess indeed.
Kerbo maybe pressing a little bit late there. I feel like it could have been his turn on the whiffed plasma. Perhaps put in a flawless block, maybe thinking he was coming down with a jump in. There's a lot of things that could have happened right there. That is a scary situation in MK11 when Jackie is above you and either doing something or not doing something. What a mix-up.
Both of these characters have that kind of thing as they're making their way in. You know, we've already seen that from both sides. They cancel in this guy with their projectile. Do they come in with a jump kick or a jump punch? You know, do they go to one side or the other? There's all these little timings that they have up there that makes you respected, that makes you want to hang out, and because you want to hang out, they get in. Great set so far. Really back and forth. Well, no changes, of course.
Yeah,
not to be expected.
Has begun to turn this around. It's been so, you know, even Curbolicous win there. Could have gone either way. It could have gone either way, and that's why we're here at 1-1 in a match that I expect to go the distance, given how these two have come out of the gate. You know, eerily similarly minded. You know, both of them with the slow start, and then we've seen nothing but aggressive offensive onslaught since.
Yeah, I think back to that first round. Like, who was on the controls at that time? Was it one of their brothers was on the controls for that first half of the round? Didn't know what to do.
Not gonna get cash out there. Nice slight delay by Hijinx to get that jump kick to whiff as well. Get a turn steal. Nothing huge off it. Still got a turn here. The hesitation is gonna be punished. No! Some of the pushbacks on those short hops are really far, and that's one thing that Jackie is kind of known for, is having those T-Rex limbs.
Big chance for pressure here in the corner. Very buttonsy was Kerbo, but it just was not at the right time.
Ah, damn.
He's
Kerbo
willing to challenge. It's something we see from him oftentimes, but right there, Hijinx just had his number.
Oh, so smart to push him on there, and then once Kerbo got pushed onto that little dot, that's when you start to freak out a little bit, and that's where we've seen Kerbo be very aggressive in his buttons too. Is when he's been on the goop. Vernon not afraid to press buttons, and there gets the chin check. This has been all Hijinx, start to end, and one more is all it's gonna do. He's just gonna bleed here. Can't even move forward. Oh no.
Flawless block backdash right there by Kerbo. Oh, he can't be there. He's gotta move in now. He just can afford almost nothing. Into this guy.
Wait a minute.
Do not.
Another
chance.
Everything's hitting though.
Another chance.
All Hijinx wants to do is put some goop out, but Kerbo's not gonna breathe.
Still no defensive bar. Kerbo is in here yet again. Finally, defensive bar, something to be reckoned with at least.
Well, this is fine.
Oh, down one.
Oh,
no. Enough. Here's another turn by Kerbo. Can he get it? Even chip there.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Only a real master against a non-damage character, Curbolicous, Mortal Kombat legend, out here playing today. That was ridiculous, and this is still just even. That's what it takes just to match your opponent here in the top 8 of the Pro Competition.
Just put that offensive bar too, and you're gonna cash out when you knew that there was no defensive bar. Semi-zoning yet again, but Kerbo, even though he got hit, gets offensive pressure, which is so key. No. No breakaway coming. A chance maybe for Kerbo. Okay, throw escape.
Well, big air, but lacks the conversion, and what a reaction by Hijinx to get the immediate anti-air, and now pressure back from Kerbo, who finds himself into the non-damage. Oh no, comes down into the jump one. Kerbo was on the hunt, but Hijinx was just everywhere Kerbo swung, Hijinx happened to not be. He said, so close, no cigar. Takes a 2-1 lead. This has been a match.
Love the idea of putting out the loop right there. So close to death already was Curbolicous. He just couldn't afford almost anything. So to put out the sky goop right there, you fall down, you still can do jump punch or something like that just to contain in case the opponent moves forward. Great idea. Absolutely worked.
And I feel like that is what almost exactly cost him, you know, that second round, where you could tell that the only thing on Hijinx's mind was getting out one goop or the one tick that was needed in order to kill. If he'd have jumped and did a down one, landed on it, he would have been 100% good to go. But Kerbo did a really good job of just knowing that and not letting him breathe at all. And almost every comeback in MK11 starts with immediate throws, and you see Curbolicous use that perfectly, where, again, the last thing on Hijinx's mind was simply getting hit by something raw and looking for an opportunity to get that out. Curbolicous didn't let him breathe whatsoever, got some throws in there. Hijinx just wanted to block and look for a spot, and then by the time he knew it, right, by the time you realized that you do need to start looking for throws and things like that, you're already one hit from death. And that was the comeback of Curbolicous. And all of that, just for me to tell you that Hijinx still won that match, David. That's what this is.
They both were so confident coming into it. I think you can see why. Here's Kerbo starting it off. No break just in case. Saving that defensive bar for her is so important as well. But Kerbo's back in! And it's going to be a ton of damage yet again. It's 300 plus almost every time.
That's both of these characters, really.
Oh, yeah.
Every touching it, like 30
sure.
plus. Most of it's unbreakawayable. There you go, 250. And it cost you two defensive moves.
Interesting moment. And very early break just in case. Okay, cool, yeah. Didn't take a risk on breakaway or armor breaker or whatever.
I'm actually shocked that Kerbo just didn't go over it, because it would have been close to the kill. He has the raw amplified special. No! Okay, now I have to talk about it because it just cost Curbolicous the entire match, David. Just the fact that Kerbo didn't go into the guaranteed damage that would have put him at 1 HP regardless, I think just cost Kerbo that round. You know, he went for the launcher versus the hook slam that would have broke. It would have been guaranteed. Crucial decision, but very quickly happened.
Lovely pickup. And then the challenge again from Curbolicous, who expected the walk forward. He's got a chance here for some mix-ups. It has been so aggressive from him. He's gonna be even picked up down 1. He has down 2 right there. He's always doing something. He's backdashing, he's jumping around, he's gassing everywhere.
Just trying to be as chaotic as possible right now, but Hijinx not falling for it. A little bit chaotic himself. Things have worked. I mean, he's trying to down 2 right there.
I mean, you got to do something. You know, you can't just sit there forever. And I mean that for both of these players. Okay, finally this throw connects. We've seen it come in a few times. Hijinx here sitting at match point and gets it.
Don't pick it up. Oh! I tried to warn him. I tried to warn him. It was too late. It was too late.
Good. So we got Lao versus, for BioHazard, one of his several characters that this man can play. He's got quite a little lineup that he can bring out, but it's going to be Kano to start with here.
Yeah, known for playing a character that's probably going to grab you and do a lot of damage. Yeah, backed up by some of the best flawless blocks in the world here, but Pulse drawing first blood. That's all it can take here for Kung Lao, who's a character built around getting the hit and then steamrolling you to victory, especially with what Pulse brought. Omega hat, orbiting hat. Guessing an awful lot. And Pulse, you see him empty jumping really early because he doesn't want to test BioHazard's flawless block anti-airs. Already, he's already not even going to even try. He said, BioHazard, you got it, bro.
Oh, hitting him with the low, the little funky spacing there. We got BioHazard scheming in the corner. Back one putting himself out of range. Oh my god, it was just in time. It was so close there for BioHazard, who backs off, tried for anti-air. It wasn't quite enough.
He got away with one right there. Coming to
Sure did. Oh man.
Yeah, got away with one by
the
putting
threat
it
of
lightly.
that amplify.
Of that Kano ball. Pulse was waiting on the amplify, and BioHazard, I know that he smiled when that didn't go punished. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing, but I know that there's a smile on his face. He goes, yeah, I got away with that.
Feels good. They got about 2. And he's gonna get extra pressure. Oh no! No confirm actually. Going to the ball, didn't bring it out. Oh, Pulse absolutely in control here in the corner. BioHazard try, and he does finally neutralize. You can see his defensive choices. We saw a little bit of a block, a little bit of a. Oh no! Oh.
Hey.
It's a bummer.
maybe his normal was a little bit late right there. You know, maybe not as crisp as he wanted to in the middle of that pressure here. Nice check by Pulse right there. A lot of Kanos like the down one right there, just like that. Could eat another throw here. Pulse gonna bring out a hat. Give me the pressure. Whoa!
There's the confirm. This time Pulse just blocking it out. He's been very active there. He's got to confirm. Try to just jump away with BioHazard. Oh yeah, there it is. Once you're leveled up.
And he didn't go to Cradle Blow right there. I'm surprised.
Oh, early here though.
No!
What is happening?
Not like this. Not like this. I think that he was too early on that one. He was late on the first one, then too early on the second. I can't. Not like this. In any way but
He's
this.
got the charged up ball. Pulse is going to be real hesitant to throw out the hat because he knows the Bio can get through. Oh yeah, puts it in there. No, he didn't have Amplify, but he's in there anyway. Oh my god, what a scramble. There were so many situations in that game that could have been for BioHazard to seal it already. Two huge drop combos. Ends up taking a game. I'll tell you, if he had lost that, that would have felt even worse. But at least for his sake, he was able to still battle back and do it.
Oh, it was shocking that his pad managed to survive that second one. That had to take a lot of mental fortitude to get over really quick and still clutch out a victory like that. Man,
Look, most of the people in this event are playing on pad, but as a stick boy myself, let me just shout it out to BioHazard, one of the few top players in the NRS scene who plays on stick.
Even myself,
How dare you.
even myself, I'm on rotation of games where I use stick for Injustice and pad for MK, but when I did try stick for MKX, I was like, there's no way. And then I watched BioHazard play, and I was like, okay, so there is a way. I'm just not good enough.
Yeah.
And it does take it. If I can be honest with you guys, it does take a lot of skill to play Mortal Kombat in particular on stick. It's a
Depends on
lot
what you're
of.
used to. I've been doing it for 50 years, so for me it feels pretty natural.
Damn, that's like 20 more than 30 right there. That's.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, absolutely. BioHazard, before this match started, I asked him what his thoughts are on him versus Pulse. He says Pulse and I have definitely gone back and forth in multiple top 8 situations, so this is going to be a good fight. I think we've already.
That's probably the nicest one so far.
Yeah. That's the thing about grapplers, everybody who plays grappler characters, yeah, in the game, are we jerks? Absolutely. In real life, super nice.
That is pretty accurate, actually.
It is.
That's where we get all of our rage out and aggression. It's in game, not
even joking. I think that's true.
Yeah,
BioHazard. I mean, look at that round right there. What a nice guy round.
The nicest people in the world are the most ruthless gamers in the world because that's our therapy. I'm about to say he does have the Vegemite on, and Pulse throwing out that hat was a little testy. Again, as for someone whose game plan is almost built around not testing BioHazard, and now he's got the pulse block going.
I just didn't have bar. That was the only problem there. Oh, what a stolen turn! I love it. You're looking for the ender there, which is going to be plus on block.
And he did 2 of them in the command grab. That's going to open up Pulse disrespecting and the BioHazard catching him swinging right there. Maybe at some point this set. But BioHazard's really in his set in the pressure.
It's almost what you're looking for as the person pressuring there is you're hoping to institute some kind of weird choices on the defender's side. If that even comes up, not in this. Oh,
he did it! He did it 3 times in a row that match. So 3 times in a row, off of the Vegemite cancel. Now Pulse is going at some point. Not necessarily the next time around, but at some point I need to swing there, and it's when he swings is when he might be wrong again, David. And welcome to the mix. Welcome to the mix. Beautifully executed
nice
by
guy
BioHazard.
mix-up.
I'd be scared. Did you just call that the nice guy mix-up?
It's the nice guy mix-up, yeah.
Yep. Hey, block or don't. Yes.
Or if you do block, you're gonna get grabbed.
Block when I do the grab, and then swing when I don't.
Absolutely.
Please. And because he's a nice guy, he's gonna say please when he asks you.
You can check him out on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch at BioHazard CMNDR, by the way.
Also teaches a lot of players as well. Raising the next generation of champions, these guys out here.
Yeah, man. Pulse trying to do it here. You can check him out on Twitch and YouTube at My Name is Pulse.
If you were curious what his name was.
Ooh! He did the extra, he did it earlier there. He's really trying to get cute.
For breakfast here. Ooh, really wake up and oh, that was that kick knocked him back pretty far right there. Try to get this one conversion. Whoa! Oh, there we go.
Did he just try a
That's a big
stance
read.
switch next up? What a genius.
Yes, yeah. He actually thought at like layer 27, and Pulse was like, "I'm going back to layer 1," and this layer 1.
Yeah. Oh, he can absolutely seal it on any hit. Oh no!
I know that.
Oh,
In the hit advantage, the dirty one. Okay. Nice conversion right there before the breakaway could even happen. Really smart to go for instant jump kick, and then had the dive kick to back it up just in case.
yeah, that was good right there. Starting out with BioHazard. At that range, it's just so scary versus Kano.
And that's a good thing to have against a command grab character. Saw Pulse flawless block the hit advantage of his poke, and that's going to keep him guessing because command grab characters love doing those pokes. They had like the stagger him because you're respecting it into command grab. And in the flawless block situations, it takes away those jails. Speaking of, I'll do it perfect here, and even in the standing jail too.
There's the button. That's what we've been looking for, and it finally did come out. It was only a down one into, well, unfortunately for Pulse, a loss in that round. But still, the fact that we saw the challenge is going to be something BioHazard will pay attention to.
Yes.
Fight.
Still Vegemite on, and it comes to me. No! Pulse is unfortunately not gotten, I don't think, a single punish on these Kano balls. BioHazard has won that mind game too. Big it from there. That's some decent damage. Definitely doable for Pulse here. Oh no, it was the last thing. It was the last thing.
Yeah, somehow BioHazard lands that so consistently. He doesn't have any control over that. It's just whether the opponent blocks late. Knockdown for further pressure here for BioHazard, who's scheming on ending it real close.
Oh, no.
And he did go back to the well, even after seeing Pulse was willing to challenge. BioHazard was right back into it.
Oh my.
Unfortunately had an injury not long ago, a little back injury. He does say that he's feeling better on that, and you could see that just the other day when he won Champion of the Realms week 7. He's already looking good. I'm really happy to see Aztec in here as well.
Aztec, who just came off of, when was it? The day before yesterday, he got third in a 16-man Kodal tournament. That was really spicy, but looked really crisp and made a massive run through losers and upset a lot of really big players in that. And a couple of them you're going to see here tonight playing other characters. Ooh. And this is the matchup. On paper, it's a mixture of the way that Grr plays the character, the tools the character has. He plays the best keep away against Kotal Khan I've ever seen, not just of anybody, but of any character as well. As there's something about Grr, he controls the space, he makes Kotal Khan whiff, and he punishes him for it. And you've already seen about 3 or 4 of them to start the round, and the one sentence, he's already dead.
Ooh, well, Aztec's gonna get the corner on this. Immediately start things off. He's, well, maybe was worried about wake up, I don't know, but whatever it was, didn't quite work out. He tried to challenge after that. Genius, didn't quite work. Grr was ready.
Aztec did not want that corner right there. He's gonna find himself here regardless. Grr doesn't want him to breathe right now. Doesn't want to give Kotal that time to put all those big beefy buttons right there, David.
Huh. Oh, the 6 rate down one. Oh my god. Most people don't get to punish that.
That's gonna be crucial. That's gonna be crucial against Aztec in particular, who's one of the few cat-using Kodals. Gyris does have the only punish for it.
Yeah, everybody else just has to play the mix up there, but he can just straight up punish with down 1. Well, almost everybody else. There's a couple other 6-timers.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got one of them.
Final round.
Great good mind game, backed up by a mid-command grab itself. Really good use of short hop by Aztec there. Kodals might be one of, if not the best short hop kick in the game. I think 10 frames, 9 or 10 frames. That thing is quick. Really good pushback. Complimented by the down 3 really well. Oh, he's holding all of this.
Yeah.
Okay. He was praising the sun the whole time, David. He was comfortable.
Ah, directly into the command grab here.
That's something Grr has to worry about every time he staggers. Because just like with Kotal, who leaves himself at like -7 a lot, so does Gyris. And that mid-command grab check is going to keep him on his toes. Post forward 2-1-2, everything.
he tried to get the punish there on the sand with the cat. Well, getting a little scrambly here, but Aztec gets it again. Still no amplify. He wants the pressure mid-screen. The timing's here. Okay, Grr adapted right away.
That was ridiculous. He even knew that the breakaway was coming, and then set up a launcher afterwards to give himself the slight health lead. Now Aztec still out of this. 1-4-2 away. Yeah, just looking for the Hail Mary 4-2-4 fatal blow right now. Grr, frightened to get opened up by those big gobbles. He's gonna walk right into it. So smart by Grr. That could have gotten him killed right here. You want to talk about one character that probably can punish that? It's Kotal Khan with that range. Good check by Grr, who thought that once Aztec got into that forward 2 range, was gonna do it and called him out for it.
Really interesting to watch that battle of forward 2 range. Look, we know that Grr is one of the best in the world at balls blocking, and he had that in that game there. After the command grab, first command grab, forward 2 immediately with the normal timing that we would use. Grr was ready for it. He flawless blocked it. He up 2'd it. He got a little combo. The second time, we saw a different timing. It was slightly later. It was a late forward 2 for Aztec. Just to screw up the timing, right? The flawless block timing. Third time, guess what? Grr's already adapted. He's already ready for the different timing here. He's already got the flawless block yet again. He's so quick on the adaptation. It's really hard to play against that.
He is such a smart and such a thinking player all the time. You know, I like to call him one of the literally the smartest players I think in the scene.
Sure.
He should have played Brainiac, but Adam was just...
Oh, Adam was such his style. And you can really see in the style of Geras that he plays that it's... I mean, this is... The way he plays this Geras is like Adam in a real way. He's kind of... It's kind of zoning. It's kind of
annoying.
Runaway. He comes in now and then in weird moments. It's very similar.
It's a character that lets him... how do I say this? It gives him the freedom to make those decisions, because those are the decisions that he wants to make. It's a character very fitting of the Grr playstyle.
Oh yeah. And he can just kind of take this tax. Oh, on Kotal. Okay, Kotal finally gets in. It's going to be significant damage always, even without the launcher.
Keeping it nice and safe. Grr, very hard to stagger with this character too for Kotal Khan. He's very good at reacting to staggers, you know, just forward 2, just forward 2 forward. That's why Aztec's just keeping it basic. Oh, that thing is so big. With the disc. See right there? Not getting away with that stagger. Like I just said, Grr, it's so hard to stagger in this matchup.
Ooh, back out of the forward 2 range. And what a keep up. It is definitely gonna hurt.
He'd have the bar. He's got a big health lead here. He's gonna praise the sun.
Oh, cute. Very cute.
Round 2.
When in doubt, God raid out.
By the way, I feel like we've been talking about Grr a lot, but Aztec's looking really, really strong too.
He has. That's this matchup. He has a good mentality of you know what? All I need to do is just get in one time and keep that pressure going here. And even right there, that was Aztec just not wanting Grr to breathe. Just not wanting to give him the time of day to back up and go. I'm gonna put things out on this. Oh no! 30%. Right to the dome. Oh, this is good. This is good. This barely tickles.
Yeah, but you know that Grr is willing to do this for a while, and the question is whether is Aztec willing to hang out and play that patiently for that long? It looks like not. He wants to get back in. And as he tries to, the mid command grab comes back into play, and Grr can choose to go in or stay back, and he chose staying back, of course.
Listen, Kotal finally got a taste of his own medicine right there, and I'm all about it. But it was that what we talked about, right? That caught the startup of a Jaguar right there. That could have gone either way. But it was Grr with that surprise dash up command grab. Whereas it's the keep away for 90% of it, right? This. Good. Really good not falling for that mid on the application. And look at that knee!
This is so ready.
Oh no! Oh no! I can't believe that worked. Grr gets away with the roll away. Ooh, Aztec made a read on Grr getting aggressive. Whether a wake up 2 or up 3 or forward roll, what he did, that kind of back dash back 2-2 covers everything except for the roll away.
Aztec,
Looks like
party here. I love that mix-up that Grr has out of the splash into command grab or forward 2 or stand 2. All these weird little different looks that he gives you from that.
Takes away the
Yeah,
gap.
punish, the very consistent punish there for Grr. Gives him plus range each time, but Aztec's got the corner yet again.
And look for the mind games off that down 1-2 of raw command grab, of stand 1 mix. And that doesn't bother. That doesn't bother Cordal too much because normals aren't really affected by that. So forward 2 is a really good way to just kind of give Grr something extra to think about there too. Slight negative situation, and Grr's like, I'm still coming in hot, baby. Oh, he still went in.
Part of why his runaway is so effective is that you just never know when he's going to come in that way. Like, when is he going to commit to pressure?
Yeah.
It's not like he needs to make big bets, right? He's not taking huge risks when he is pressuring. But you don't know when he's going to be choosing to stay away, right? He's gotten knockdowns a bunch. And sometimes those knockdowns turn into pressure. Sometimes, a lot of the times, they turn into him just setting up sand or doing a sand trap or whatever, putting out a pillar, something like that.
Yeah.
Every now and then, he comes in with a command grab or he comes in with a forward 3 or something, and you're just never sure when that's going to come.
And then for you, especially as like Cordal Con or something, you like start a wave dash and you go right into an active forward 3, and you're like, uh-oh, once more, and then you're guessing command grab or tick throw or something else, and then almost any hit puts you back to full screen, where he starts to initiate the zoning. And that surprise offense can still really catch you off guard of you truly don't know when it's going to come. And then he could even do that, immediately teleport in, and then you're like, wait a second. This is kind of crazy. This is
Aztec
really
said,
close.
I'm just here. I'm just happy to be here. Let's all have fun. Which I think is cool. It's a cool perspective. At the same time, I hope that it's not him kind of like accepting that he doesn't think that he's going to move on.
So they've played this matchup an awful lot, these two. And I think that Grr, I don't know if any Cordal Con's ever beaten Grr competitively, and I've seen it happen an awful lot. Oh! He could have died for that. Oh my goodness! I think Aztec actually got a forward 2 instead of forward 1-2 for the punish there on the parry. That was a godlike read though. But yeah, it's just tough. Not just the matchup. It's Grr. It's the way that Grr knows to keep this character away. Is so good in flawless block gaps. Is so good in flawless blocks in general. If you take away Cordal Con's forward 2, you know that's pretty good.
And he's been able to do that. He's been able to flawless block it into significant damage a few times. And I think it's cool that he does not use the sand trap that leaves him close. The intention is to choose when he wants to come in or not. He wants to kind of zone it. Look, like that, right? On down 4,
Yep.
He could have punished. I mean, he could have pressured, I should say. He just didn't want to.
Oh. And then there you go. He's back out.
The knee!
And then here he went into where the command grab maybe could have crushing blow. This is still doable for Aztec. Any touch in these moments. One command grab, you have a damage boost. You're definitely feeling it here if you're Aztec. Coming in hot. And Grr was still all over the flawless block, and he couldn't even cancel. Oh my goodness. Boy, that's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, did he have a damage buff?
I don't think so. But
I think it was that level 1 damage still. This is hurt.
I want to point
One
out,
more?
I didn't notice that. Do you see the late timing there? It was not the. It wasn't like
it wasn't
immediate as possible, right? I should say.
He could. The reason why David reacted like that is because he could have gotten wake up fatal blown. Because he was later with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or looking for the flawless block. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just a dangerous mix-up on either side.
Working out. He's on the board here. Ooh, jump kick. Going through Papa Con and maybe
The big bet.
Yeah.
Okay, splash directly into launch. All these little permutations, though.
Big call out by Aztec on that. And then right there, back-to-back mid-command grabs whiffing. You'd love to see it.
Oh, okay. That's showing off here.
Yeah, that was showing off. That was that took some balls, to be honest with you.
Nice guy grapplers, I'm telling you.
Aztec was supposed to just a forward walk when he ate that jump kick. Oh no. That's gonna be a mix-up until the end of days in this game.
Fight.
Yeah, they tell you it's fuzzyable. I mean, it is, but it's not.
It is.
It is. Oh no! Grr capitalizing by getting the corner for himself. Will he go in? He did, and you can see Aztec just be unsure whether Grr was gonna run away or not. It's so hard to know. This time, yes.
Jeez, there it is again.
It's too prepared.
Keeping Aztec discomforted at a range where against almost everyone else that he's going to play in bracket is going to be a comfortable distance to do a forward two when it's in range. Taken away from him, and now Grr, one combo away, trying to cash out the crushing blow, and anything is possible when you've got the damage of Kotal Khan.
Oh yeah. Next hit.
Oh!
What a challenge! Is he gonna end us with the KB? Doesn't even matter. The brutality is good enough.
Your death serves Christ.
That's something that Grr does. That's a really big weakness of Kotal Khan's in particular. If you short delay your wake up, or now it's just delay your wake up, in the buttons, there's so much time in between Kotal Khan's strings. He did 3-4, in between forward 2-4, in between forward 3-4. In between all of those, there's such massive gaps so that if you if you delay your wake up, that first one's gonna whiff, and those wake up buttons are really strong. And Grr knows that. He's really smart. He knows that, and he does that almost every single time against a character like Kotal, and that's why you see those wake up down ones work so often. Because not only is he doing it, he's doing it with something that's so fast, right? And it's instant pressure too. Really good stuff.
Out, he could do nothing and just like try to bait you to react to something else. Oh, right there, huge commitment here from BioHazard. Kano's jump 2 is really good, really far reaching, but no matter what, you're pressing a button in the air, you're committing to that landing frame, those landing frames, and that's going to be a big punish. BioHazard getting that command grab to hit there. Little flawless blocking from Curbolicous.
All throughout that first round, or sorry, that first round match that you saw to BioHazard, he saw so many mix-ups with that Vegemite on blocking the raw command grab, and no one's even stopped him from doing it so far. So he hasn't even gotten to layer 2 of that mix-up. I want to see him get to layer 2 here against Curbolicous, where Kerbo is going to start to be disrespectful in those cancels here early on. And this is going to be pretty wild neutral here, because these characters aren't just highly mobile on the ground, but in the air, both of them.
Yeah.
Right
Kano a little bit more dangerous. You know, obviously he's got the ability to go for, there it is. And that actually went unpunished. Curbolicous expecting the amplified portion of that move, but it never came. BioHazard poking back, challenging those, those frames that are in his advantage. Big overhead follow up with a big boot. Tries to go for a tick though, but Curbolicous got hit.
And Kerbo was disrespectful right there. It saw the Vegemite cancel, tried to take the turn, but he took it with a stand 1, and BioHazard just throwing out, what was that, a down 3 or a down 4, and then stealing the turn back again. A change-up where he finally did something different there, not raw command grab, and still had the read on his opponent. And Kerbo's going to continue to be guessing, just like he is on Wake Up here, and sniped out of the air into the restand for some huge damage. BioHazard, now this is going to be a mix-up. Was it command grab? No, it's overhead. He's going to do it once more. Kerbo trying to get really aggressive with the wake up buttons, and BioHazard's having none of this.
Yeah, getting just sniped out of the air there. That armor did not come into effect here, but Curbolicous trying to make a statement here on his last legs because it's do or die. BioHazard does have the first round, so he's got a huge life lead to make up, but just in that one combo, it did a good portion of it, 41%. BioHazard getting punished there. This time, Curbolicous says, I am ready. You did, I am ready.
One more read? No, it's going to be BioHazard jumping over. Making it on the up 3 of Curbolicous to take game number 1. Explosive, high octane is everything that we got in that game number 1. Really good positioning by BioHazard to keep him in the corner. 80% of that match, Curbolicous says back to the wall, and he was guessing so many times and hit advantages off of the cancels, off of just the raw natural staggers that the character has into plus frames. Man, oh man, does no one else show off Kano like BioHazard does.
That's absolutely right, man. I mean, not only that, but also I love what he's doing with the back 1, single hit confirmed thanks to Vegemite. So basically he does back 1 into Vegemite. If that back 1 hit you, that one hit, because it's not a string, it's not something that's easily hit confirmable, he can recognize it so quickly and input it so fast that it hit you, keep going, go from Vegemite into Kano Ball to get that maximum damage, or they blocked it, stop everything, and let's wait and play it out from there. Yeah. Oh, he could go for like a command grab if he thinks you're going to keep holding block. It's nuts, man. It's crazy.
And it's crazy how he's been offensive with that spot every single time. He has never been defensive in that position off of Vegemite cancel. So far in this top 8, no one has made him do that. Look at the beautiful spacing there. And again, a stagger that you actually have to put a lot of respect on. He backdashes, applies the pressure, put yourself in a... If you would have blocked it, you're in the same situation for the second time in a row. And this is him, Kerbo, guessing for his life in the corner every single time. And he got the hit confirm again, and that's a beefy damage off of 2 for 240. Stay in this corner. This is disgusting gameplay by BioHazard.
Round 2.
Really, really dominant play. And that's what it is, man. He just, once he gets going, it's just a momentum train. But hold on a second. Curbolicous trying to get some momentum of his own, going over the other side, corner control. But you know what? Kano can just move so quickly on the ground or in the air. Hits someone's projectile, not able to convert into anything. Ooh, that was
a wild down. That was a wild down two by Kerbo right there. That was in a forward formation. Kano out of it like, whoa, take it easy. Now, Kerbo is going to be the one to put BioHazard here in the corner with a massive health lead. He'll taste some medicine here and just out of the range of the down ones, putting out those active down 4s. Gets the hit advantage off it. Secure the round.
Final round. Fight.
Both. Engage with their BioHazard. May have put in a flawless block. This is some nutty stuff.
Oh yeah,
So like right there.
Throw attempt.
Like I want to know. Like I know that BioHazard had to have put in like 6 different things when you saw him buffering right there. So aggressive on these reads.
Oh yeah, extremely aggressive. And I like that Kerbo just kind of stopped there, knowing whether it was going to hit or not hit. His opponent was going to be right next to him, susceptible to a grab. BioHazard committing to the whole thing, not going for any kind of command grab in that situation. A poke back from Curbolicous, and Curbolicous holding on a block a lot. Is BioHazard going to keep up with that and go for a command grab? No, just going for regular strings here. Curbolicous not blocking, getting hit. That's going to be a very plus string there at the end. That spit string. Oh, jumping over, but not there in time to punish, but is able to hit confirm into that fatal blow, and Kerbo.
That's crazy that he was able to hit confirm the first 2 hits of 1-1 that are so fast, right? Usually with Cabal, it's all about the 1-1-1, which is still guaranteed, but I think that he may have just been showing off a little bit. Like just a little bit, maybe, with that 1-1 into it. But really good stuff in the turnaround. That one gets me every time.
It's disgusting. I know, it's disgusting.
Would you say that's a clean cut?
Super with a K, clean cut with a K. Absolutely.
I'll see myself out. David can come back in. That's fine. I'll just.
All right, let's go.
Timeout. Good match so far.
I know.
Kerbo's, for Kerbo to survive what had happened to him in the previous game and do a much better job of there was a couple times where he had an opportunity in the corner to breathe, and before he stayed grounded, right, and he was just taking the pressure of BioHazard. This time around, he was able to get a couple jump backs going, and he was able to get a couple of side switches out there, and he found himself far less in the corner this time around, which was, I think, the big difference maker. Because I think that BioHazard took 90% of his health in the corner.
Yeah, and that's especially where we're back one. And no matter what kind of, depending on what Kano variation you're rocking, back one can do a lot for you. Especially if you've got acid equipped, it perfectly sets up for amplified fire, where there's just fire in front of you and you can't move forward or you can't do anything. You can't jump. You just got to sit there and take the DOT or try not to explode. So Kano, very, very dangerous when he's got his opponent in the corner. And it looks like BioHazard trying to react to something, some kind of forward movement there. There it was, but Kerbo able to kind of jump around it. BioHazard not really paying attention. Jumped in on here. Good conversion here from...
Just saw the beauty of the Cabal. That was ridiculous. But the Cabal jump 2 hitting from so far away that he can still convert it, even though the first hit whiffed. And he's just picking up every single touch now. And it was off of that one transaction where he came in from so far away that BioHazard wasn't even ready to even deal with a jump in. And then that Max Systems jump 2 snipes him from the top of the Sistine Chapel, apparently. And off of that damage, which converts it to 340, he's able to mount a comeback. A comeback in momentum, I feel like BioHazard had established early in that round.
Yeah, and Kerbo, it all really started with that one jump in. Just the fact that, he got past all that. So BioHazard, I think, needs to take it a little slower here. Oh, that could have been a huge whiff punish, but BioHazard already committed to something else. Maybe not really expecting Kerbo to go with that up two. I feel like a lot of people don't expect Cabal to wake up because, both his wake-up attacks are unsafe on block. So, most of the time, counter hit, gonna lead into a good crushing blow. Pay attention to that DOT. It does a lot more damage than you think. Kerbo, really, nothing really he could do. It was one hit away, one throw away from losing that round. So BioHazard trying to tie this up here. One round apiece, trying to take the nice lead here with game number 3.
It's so scary in those moments too to even try to do something, because it feels like the moment that you try to do something, Kano did something that has more priority and you died, which is exactly what happened right there, because you're so afraid of Kano Ball, you're so afraid of forward one. It's overwhelming at times. Command grab right there was also a threat. Really good for BioHazard to be the one to be so enforceful of that, and be like, yeah, these are things you should be afraid of, and these are the reasons why.
Oh yeah, Vegemite be able to get right through that projectile, no problem. But it's all about having it equipped, having it on. Sometimes you gotta check. Does he have it on? Is it ready to go? Oh, tries to go for the air-to-air, but Curbolicous answering back with the faster jump 1. A little bit faster than Kano's jump 2. I like it. You gotta do it. Guaranteed damage, it's not gonna be enough, but just get him down to that last little bit here. Now, Kano does have a fatal blow. It does reach far, but it is rather slow, so it's not going to be one of those fatal blows that you can just kind of mash in there. Oh, trying to chip him out as much as possible. That's a big whip.
Oh, I cannot believe that he went with the stubbiest normal on his pad at the time.
But he thought he was close enough.
But he went with the quickest. Yeah, he went with the quickest option. Just didn't have the range, so he...
Fatality.
Guessed wrong in that situation, but still able to close it out. And he's turned this set around, Arma. 2-1.
Oh yeah. Definitely turned it completely around here. And it's that was a scary situation, because we've all been there. We've all, had the opponent recovering right in front of us. Their back turned, they're not facing the right way. And, it happens. Sometimes people do drop the ball, drop the opportunity, but, the really, really good players are going to, rise above that and, just take it, one step at a time. Okay, I missed it. Don't panic. I'll find the next hit. Like, you cannot live in the past. You can't let those, missteps. Ooh, I'm excited.
He is just all over your characters here, Arma. Both of them.
Yeah, we do play the same characters. Yes, we do play the same characters in this game. If I know BioHazard, he's probably going to be rocking, Blood Lunge, which is going to be the command grab, where Baraka just reaches forward towards you. It does hit as a high, but it's when you're in sweep range,
a lot of tick throws.
Yeah, it does go far. A lot of tick throws, and then you're also going to be seeing spine bursts here from Baraka. So anytime he takes to the air, those spines are going to come down and they're going to stop anything. Doesn't lead into too much damage, but they're very, very consistent anti-airs.
Yeah, really consistent anti-airs, and in the corner become launchers, and BioHazard likes to use them to take away gaps as well.
Yeah, so normally where he goes for like a tick throw with the command grab, he'll go into, spine burst instead. And if he's close enough, it'll blow up, you trying to avoid the command grab. Oh, a little short hop, trying to get something out of there, but even when those spine bursts whiff, there's no recovery. It's so difficult to punish Baraka for whiffing those. So, another reason it acts is just great anti-air. Planting the flag to get a little bit of a damage boost, but honestly, it's not much of one.
Mad respect. Yeah, okay. It is really it's like the reward isn't as high as some of the other characters, damage boosts. But I respect BioHazard going for it.
Oh, big crushing blow here, forward. Now you can actually break away from that, but a lot of people mistime it. They either do it a little too late or they don't buffer it during animation.
Timing, right?
Yeah, they do it for like a little bit wrong, or sometimes people don't want to go for it because if you do it, oh man,
was that
great hit.
Was that punishable only because he flawless blocked it?
I'm not sure, the exact frames on that specific thing, but either way, he was able to. The overhead is safe. The overhead is safe, so it might. I just don't know the frames on flawless block. If it becomes one of those things that becomes punishable.
He did punish it. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. And Kerbo breaking the game a little bit. changing the frame data, he entered the Matrix.
That's it.
That's not fair.
What you do when you flawless block. No, not fair. Unfair advantage here. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
All those,
Oh,
all those ones are becoming zeros in front of our eyes, man.
Like gas here from Kerbo, all over the place. Good conversion, able to go right into the hook. And, you know, I thought Spineburst was going to play a bigger role into this matchup. I thought it was going to kind of stop Kerbo from jumping around, but I think Kerbo just kind of just played it a little bit more patiently. An edge over Sub-Zero, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that character. We're probably going to be seeing more Rain and more likely more Spawn.
You know my true mother's identity?
I know all of your father's secrets.
Tell me, Garrus.
Round 1.
All right, get him, Rain. And yeah, I've honestly been surprised because Sub-Zero was a character that was great and remained great and maybe even got a little bit better since Ultimate, but it's been Show Off who's strayed away from that kind of, I don't know. Like, I'm not too sure why he made the complete switch, but it has been almost primarily Rain Spawn.
Yeah.
Maybe more fitting of his playstyle. Ooh!
Yeah, definitely a little bit more fitting of his playstyle, but, you know, a great player no matter what.
Yeah, because
It's
even
he
was one of those Sub-Zeros that, he was one of those Sub-Zeros that played really slow. In comparison, that's going to be that's going to be a lot of damage. But played that slower, spacing-oriented Sub-Zero. And I think that's what he really likes about Rain, is because it does involve an awful lot of spacing with the tools that he has and the movement to put yourself in those positions. And I think that's what Show Off likes about this character and Spawn, is that it's range, it's very highly mobile, great wave dashes, great walk speeds, great dash speeds, great wonderful projectiles that do control the pace of matches. But it's going to be hard to control the pace of the match in this one in particular. He's done it so far.
Yeah, I like the use of the projectile here from Rain. You know, at that close, mid to close range from Geras, you got to be a little bit more careful when you're throwing those sand traps. And I think Geras going to pick up on that. Love that flawless block here from K7. Oh, getting scooped up there with the command grab. Mid.
Wow! Wow!
Oh.
Although,
I mean,
that's like a
expected it.
I mean, I didn't expect it, but I respect it because he made a read on like Oki Sand Trap.
Yeah, he definitely thought that was coming his way. Down 2 here from Grr. Not leading into any crushing blow. Breaking away, Grr coming off of a lot of resources, a lot of meter he's going to have to wait for. So, I think he's okay with keeping the pace real slow. Love the wave dashing here from K7, trying to just, get to Grr before he has the opportunity to go for anything. Just what a hit confirm here from Grr. Knowing that's fatal.
He short up over the back 3 and 1-1 in between. Okay. Okay, Grr. We see you. We get it. Calm down. Just kidding. Keep going. This has been awesome.
It's like he never stopped. He did not miss a beat here. I mean, Grr here in full action. Of course, he definitely would rather be in the winner's bracket than the loser's bracket, but, he's still here. He's ready to fight, and he's ready to, take it to everyone. That's really, really far, but not far enough for that crushing blow, or Grr's holding on to it, but I feel like there's not really too many reasons to hold on to it. Nice flawless block up to K7, forcing that breakaway to come off again. Grr coming off those resources. That's going to be big damage extra. There it is. Big crushing blow. Max range scoop for double the damage instead of the 15% going right into 30. And yeah, that you got to watch out for that projectile. That range, like, you can't just throw out, low sand trap willy-nilly. You got to be a little bit more mindful of it. That's going to be a little bit of a launcher. Whoa, what a wave dash! He got around the clone. He got right through it, right in their face. What happened there?
Oh my goodness! If K7 is going to convert anything into a fatal blow, not going to happen this time around. At least Grr's off the defensive bar. What a call it of just a stand 2 stagger as well, slightly negative. Oh boy, these boys are swinging and Grr puts it on the tick throw into the mid command grab. And that is a threat that still surprises people, I think, from Geras, who went through years of Infinite Wardens. And Grr, who also plays full screen 98% of the time, up close, still has a mid command grab threat. And that felt like 2 games, Arma. I looked at the scoreboard and went, why isn't there a 1 on the side of one of these guys? That was a grueling game number 1.
Yeah. Gert likes to, kind of shut off your. Gert likes to make you feel like, you can't play neutral. With Sand Trap, it just kind of just stops you in your tracks. You try to jump, he'll trip guard you, hit you before you even hit the ground. But it kind of was going back and forth because of that projectile from Rain, a little bit, one of the faster projectiles. So really able to kind of shut Geras down once he, got to that mid-screen. That mid-screen range, and so Gert had to kind of think of do something a little bit different, not really just go for the low sand traps, but instead try to hit him with mids and consider the command grab a little bit more. I think I saw Gert command grab in that one game a lot more than I've seen him when he's in full control. So K7's definitely doing the right thing. He's picking at Gert just little by little. And,
he actually forced him to yeah, he actually forced him to play a little more up close than I think Ger's used to, because let me tell you something about Rain that I personally feel. That Rain, it's hard to stop Rain from at least playing the game and playing the game that he wants to play, in that he gets to control the pace of the match a little bit with the movement, with the projectiles. He was able to establish that really early on against Grr, and it forced the up closeness of it all. And there's the mid command grab again, and the mid command grab, the only thing stopping it is if you hold up, is if you are not on the ground, and that's why you see Grr go for it maybe a little bit more. It's because it's hard to stop without taking a pretty decent risk.
Yeah. Big risk. Whenever you leave the ground, you can't block. You're susceptible to getting, punished, getting hit out of the air. Look at that, K7. Just the movement here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Pretty good damage.
Beautiful.
I like the fact that he stayed with the space control here, trying to keep Grr in the corner. Demobilize him. He's so good at getting away from that. He's one of the only characters that can wave dash fast enough to get away from that, because he didn't want to deal with it. So, he doesn't want to deal with the mix-up. Is he going to teleport into it and be right next to me? He could go for command grab, he could go for a mid, he could just start swinging, or he could just pop that clone, and, it's a lot of, block advantage in Grr's favor. So he just wants nothing to do with it. Just get away from it. Just get away from it as quickly as possible.
Beautiful instant jump one right there by Grr, taking us back to the Injustice 1 days on that read. That thing was beautiful. Ooh, and even there could have mixed up with command grab or not. And Grr's changed things up. He backed off a little bit, rebuilt the space here, and you never know which Grr you're going to get. Every time he touches you, right there of a neutral reset or the pressure. And Grr has just turned this up to 11 here and has only gone with the pressure. And that's how you turn that around. It was everything that I don't know, that makes Grr a top player, and that the moment that you think you've got him figured out, he can just switch into something completely different.
Yeah. It's like he has this consciousness to stop playing one style and go for a completely different style. So it makes it a little bit harder to read, a little bit harder to predict, and that's what a lot of mix-up characters, including characters with command grabs, you really got to do. Sometimes you just got to say, this round I'm going to go for very few command grabs to just keep him on his toes. I love that poke here from K7, trying to just get that turn, trying to establish his, time to go for something. That's going to be a big armor break, and that's going to be the crushing blow requirement for it. A lot of damage. So Grr coming down very, very low on this life bar. Almost has access to the fatal blow, but let's see if he even gets there. Backs off. I guess he was anticipating the forward wave dash here from Rain. Very mobile character, so you don't really get as great of an Oki.
Is he initiated wave dash? So afraid of, because you never know what Grr's going to do with that clone. You don't know if he's going to teleport in.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's going to explode it, or if he's going to use the fear that you're already in to move forward and then play their different range where he can pressure into it as well. And there you go. Keep guessing.
Just gave him access to that fatal blow. Literally gave him access to that fatal blow by chipping him down, and only because of that one fact, the fact that he had fatal blow before him, K7 was one hit away from taking that round, and Grr just gotta hold that. I don't think that was his intention. Obviously, he wanted the hit to, set it up for a point situation. But yeah, no, it is definitely heartbreaking knowing that, your opponent's got a slight little edge over you in that scenario, but you gotta keep that in mind. You gotta realize what risk is coming out of this. If he blocks it, he's gonna get fatal blow, and if he gets fatal blow, he's got access to the the game-winning hand. the game-winning, strategy here. He's just got to hit confirm one thing, boom, fatal blow, and I'm dead. So
Now,
really,
what set
really
up that hit
scary stuff.
confirm? What set up that hit confirm in the first place was the fact that Rain's forward dash defies logic. Those 2 forward dashes, Grr had done a good job multiple times in that game, in that one game in particular early on, where he actually caught like 3 forward dashes with sand traps. He just happened to be off one time. And the thing is he was like he was like 3 for 4, which is still god tier. To be able to make a read on where Rain's gonna be in forward movement is next level that I can't even fathom it. But
Yeah.
for Showoff to get to, but Showoff finally made it through and had the right decision on the fly. It was beautifully executed from start to end. It was Grr being off by a little bit, but it was Showoff utilizing that forward dash, and that's kind of what I mean by Rain being different from the cast in that regard, to be a little harder to control for someone like Grr and Gears.
Yeah, definitely tougher to control here. I can 100% see it. I love the choice of strings here from K7. Trying to minimize the risk, not going for anything crazy, but, it's those few little strings with those, breaks there. And you really don't Oh, man. Good combo here. That jump kick is so tough to contest. Like, unless you've got, like, spine burst or something that's just, like, clearly anti-air, it is so difficult to contest here. This is all K7.
This is a massacre! That's a flawless and ride the wave to victory to Showoff. That was... Grr was wrong 7 times in a row right there in pressure, and it looked like about halfway through he may have just tried to swing his way out in any way. Because K7 Showoff was in his head, full pedal to the metal in the corner right there. Has that Hydro Boost pressure. Once it hits and once it gets going, that is where Rain's damage is. I saw even chat talking about it. I see a lot of people talking about Rain in general, where the character mid-screen doesn't look the flashiest when it comes to pumping out some damage. In the corner, he can do that. He can do what you guys just saw and run over someone into a flawless victory, and the stylish brutality. That was tasty right there. That was pretty tasty, Arma.
So good. I mean, it's just interesting to see that a player can come from, such a it was close, so far this set has been very close, but that's how powerful these players are, that even against the best, they're able to just kind of dictate that momentum and dictate the pace of the match. He threw Grr in the corner, he never got out of there.
Yep. It was crazy how like game 1, or sorry, game 2 there felt like 30 minutes, and that was 30 seconds.
Yeah. Super fast.
Oh, and another really good tool for Showoff right there of being off the ground, being what, -1 off of it. So smart. He has gotten around those sand traps really well.
Yeah.
One of Grr's favorite tools to keep people away.
Yeah, he's trying to get into that range where Grr is a little bit, less comfortable. Grr, of course, wants to throw you into the sand pit, wants to go for, low sand trap, and just kind of keep the opponent at bay here. And K7 is bypassing that and putting himself at a very, very slight disadvantage, and getting to that.
What? Did he just? Was that a punish on down 1? Did he just flawless block it down 1 and punish it? I need to see that one back.
Just saw.
Oh my god.
100%. 100% need to see that.
I'm about to cry. That was nuts.
Feel free to cry. Hold on. Can Grr make this comeback? He does that fatal blow. Not able to block anything else. Smart stuff. Smart stuff there by K7. Coming for the mid, that obviously is a very, very punishable move, but the fact that Grr had no defensive bar, he's not going to have access to that last breath mechanic to survive 1 blocked attack or 2 blocked attacks if you got both. Neutral jump punch, big opportunity here from K7.
Dude, these flawless blocks.
Grr come. Yeah.
They are taking turns that don't exist right now, Arma. Like that's the level of MK that we're at right now. They're creating opportunities that don't exist in the menu. And here's another Arma break, and it's about time Grr does it right back to him with the judo chop. He said, "I'm sick of getting KB with this bubble, man."
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the harder armor breaks to pull off just because that hitbox is so small. Like you have to be very, very specific with the timing of, you know, when they break away, if they break away really early or a little bit later.
Yeah.
It varies the timing, so it is very difficult to, I see it miss way more than I see it actually hit, and that's, you know, both times when Gears has the read. Like he knows they're going to break away here.
I thought we were about to see it for another 30 right there. We're trying to send us to game number 5. Yeah. Sets us full screen. We're getting the good stuff going here, summoning the entire Sahara Desert at his disposal right now. Oh my goodness. Emo tap and he gets the fortune to hit. Oh no. The command grab character's worst nightmare is when someone gets hit. Imagine that. Imagine a world where someone getting hit is not what you want.
Exactly. You know, you got to play to it. You got to, you know, understand the risks with everything that you're going for. Oh, big three. Yeah. Big E, forward 3.
That's one thing you can do is without active frames. That's the thing about forward 3. It's so active. It just sucks things up. Okay. Druff gets him off the defensive bar here. No fatal blow, but he could try to fish out a forward 2 crushing blow. He got some huge damage right there with the aerial Argus punch. Now it doesn't matter. We're down to the wire here. It's only 13%. One more mix-up's gonna be in. He just walked him in that one. Is it gonna be enough for the chip? And Grr not going for anything crazy off the blocked Hydro boost. That became a mind game because of what K7 brought to the table there as he takes the entire set. That becomes a mix-up only because K7 show off, and this I'm gonna get pretty deep here, only because he brought Edenian Force. If he did not have Edenian Force, Grr can get a lot more ballsy with trying to either just down 2 right there or flawless block a mix-up that's one of 2 things, jump kick or jump punch, and that is it. But because he brought Edenian Force, he can bubble and force you to whiff and try to make himself safe. So that does become an extra layer of a mind game, and he got away with a lot of those there because I don't think Grr stopped one Hydro boost on block that entire set. And as someone that's one of the best at anti-airs in MK11, that was surprising to me. And K7 takes this 3-1, and the Prince reign!
In terms of like content, streamers at home, offline tournaments, once our world goes back to some kind of normalcy.
Got a swarm
So
in there,
here we go,
huh?
Hijinx versus
This
HoneyBee.
one will be pleased to show you.
Winners
Let's keep it
finals.
locked up, shall we?
Hijinx making a blockbuster run on the winner's side. This looks like we might be having a little bit of a connection issue here as it has gone back to back here in the lobby, not working out for us here, which looked like it did happen on the first time around. I did see the last second that HoneyBee had left as well, so maybe these rooms are just exploding, guys. Sometimes satellites in outer space don't connect to things properly, and like the wavelengths that are going through the air, you know, one wavelength could be doing that and the others doing this, and like things just don't. That's the only reason I've got to go with. If I'm being honest with you guys,
That's it. I mean,
it's the internet.
You know,
It's the internet.
Yeah, sometimes your mom's like vacuuming and she like knocks the router over and she's like, "Oh, were you doing something important? Because I just decided to unplug this for no reason so I could vacuum behind."
And that happened in Russia, but that happens in Russia. Butterfly effect to getting disconnect. That King of the Hill disconnected here.
That's it. Now you're just making things up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're just making things up.
Yep.
No, but you know, obviously this is a little bit of a, you know, you got to bear with us. We got to bear with the players to make sure everything is, you know, steady and making sure everything's right. Another thing, being a part of this competition, you got to make sure you're on wired to get the best possible connection that you can in order to, you know, have a great fight.
I do have an update,
with,
by the way.
You know, the other competitors. Tell me.
I do have a quick update, guys. It is only our broadcaster that dropped out of that last one. The players are still playing that game number 1, and it is going to count. They are going through game number 1 right now. It is finishing up. I actually just heard it in my ear that it's still going on.
Yeah.
which means that our broadcaster did get backed in, so we should get in for game number 2, and we'll give you an update as far as who took game number 1 once that finishes up. Until then, I'm going to keep making up excuses as to why we're not seeing that.
Yeah, so our broadcaster, you know, it happens, you know, some things are a little unpredictable. Right now on the East Coast, we just went through a huge snowstorm in the Northeast. I know that's the one thing you miss about living on the East Coast, isn't it, Aquaman? The snow, the snow, the snow.
Not anymore.
You miss snow.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Now that he's a Texas man.
I will say that One thing I missed about the East Coast was the plethora of tournaments that used to happen over there. You know, it's
Oh, yeah.
very populated. Unfortunately, we're in the times that we are, and location doesn't matter so much anymore. But that's definitely one thing that I did miss about over there was that the Northeast. There's a reason why the East pro competition is the hardest one in the world because it's very heavily populated, not just overall, but with great players up and down that coastline. It's disgusting,
Oh, yeah.
and not just U.S. only, going all the way up to Canada there on the East Coast side of things as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a numbers thing. You know, when you have more highly populated area, you're going to have more players. You're going to have more people that can, you know, become friends, and you know, you make yourselves better players. And I've seen it all the time. You know, you have two intermediate players, and you know, they get together and you learn things. You talk about matchups, and you just kind of help yourself, like you help each other, kind of just boost up there, just like figuring out like how to get to the next level. Of being that great player, but it looks like we are in there. I don't know who won that first game.
Hijinx.
Yeah, let's see if we can get
up
an
1-0.
Hijinx won it.
Hijinx.
Okay.
Yep. Hijinx taking it 1-0, guys. Hijinx is having himself a tournament of a lifetime.
Yeah.
What we saw in that first round against Curbolicous, where he was able to once kind of getting settled, took that 3-game straight after the first game, and it was disgusting. How comfortable he looked up close against someone like Kerbo, who to me is one of the best players on the planet up close, in general. And he had no fear. And already taking game 1 here against HoneyBee, even though we didn't get to see it, he had to have done some crazy stuff. HoneyBee has also been on point tonight. But this is the best Hijinx I've ever seen. Something's clicking. Can HoneyBee stop it here? And HoneyBee's the veteran in this situation here, Arma.
Oh, it definitely is. You know, competitive life has dated all the way back to 2013, 2014 with 13 or 14 with Injustice 1. And really just never stopped. Kept playing competitively as much as possible and trying to do something here.
Well, what started from Hijinx, who started with an input error. You know, you saw early he actually missed the leap input early on. Execution Salt second time around, he didn't lose too much health getting there either. Let's go tie us up here. No breakaway. Good bet. Oh, what a challenge right there. Are you kidding me? With the bug coming in hot, with the jump in coming. Hijinx having the audacity to put on the down 4, and then right in his face gets him with the raw fatal blow. Max distance. Not an easy call out for Jackie to raw fatal blow either. Insane.
Oh.
The decision making. He needs one, but okay, GG's.
Yeah, throwing down the ooze. Especially when you're touching that ooze, you're slowly losing a little bit of life. So when you're down to nothing, you know, it's basically a loss situation here. But HoneyBee able to get the next one here, able to throw down the Oki bug.
Oh, okay.
Tries to stay in the air to kind of mess up the combo as much as possible, but looks like you're picking up on something, Aquaman.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. What I was picking up on got put down the moment because well, I don't even know what thought I was going to end up on, but that was insane. The little sequence that happened there for Hijinx. And speaking of a sequence, here's HoneyBee trying to get one going, just trying to follow some bugs in. What is the storm? There, the punish! Oh my god! Okay, Hijinx may have getting away with one right there. HoneyBee might have been late on the button right there. Here's the thing: I don't think I've ever. More time, I can't count on my hand how many times I've actually blocked that. And so HoneyBee definitely may have been caught in an instance of the unknown right there where he wasn't 100% sure what button to press on reversal against that particular thing because, and this is where it gets even more savage, off of an input error probably by Hijinx. And in that moment, Hijinx being the far even more savage of the two, taking a down 2 out in that situation. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's big bets that are paying off, and they're there.
I mean, when those bets pay off, though, the down 2s, you know, lead into crushing blows, or, you know, if they get blocked, they're safe anyway. It's a lot of reward here, and, you know, a good chunk of damage, even if it doesn't crushing blow. And I feel like sometimes it's like the go-to panic button. You don't know what to do in a situation, let go block for just 1 second and hit that down 2. It might lead into some good damage. It might just get them off of you. or they might just not punish it at all, especially if it's making contact, it's getting blocked. Right now, HoneyBee in a very, very dire situation here, down 2-0 in this winners finals. You definitely want the cushier seat in grand finals coming from the winner's side. However, if HoneyBee does go down here, it's not going to be the end of his tournament run. You got to lose 2 entire sets to be out of this tournament completely. Good challenge from HoneyBee, dashing forward, getting under those projectiles, making sure that that combo does hit, going right into some more Oki setup here with the little bug. Not able to go anywhere is Hijinx, but Hijinx is kind of blocking, waiting for the opportunity, gets that empty jump as HoneyBee was expecting some kind of downward, shrapnel, trying to, anticipate a jump in punch or jump in kick, but instead, just an empty jump, back throw. A perfect thing to do when somebody's just over defensive and just kind of blocking, holding on the block, waiting for their opportunity.
All right, coming down hot. Here's Hijinx trying to mount a comeback. We've seen crazier things happen. She's got a lot of unbreakable damage locked and loaded. She's trying to make some big reads here, and HoneyBee's burned him for like 3 of them so far, and he's got the punish this time around. This is HoneyBee starting to make some adjustments now, Arma, and it was seeing that punish right there. HoneyBee's gonna go, okay, I can punish it, and he just got away with one in the last game, and that's gonna settle him down mentally a little bit. I think that always does me in those quick moments that can take a round.
Yeah, the clarity of the situation.
and then he just teleports. HoneyBee, you never know what you're gonna get. He's like a box of chocolates in that regard.
Okay. All right. Bug in play.
Only half the chat got that reference.
Yeah. Everyone else is way too young for that. back throwing here. Here comes the Oki, but stop.
He got away from the bug.
Moves here.
That was actually really good.
Yeah, very smart stuff. A lot of people like to go for anything that just either knocks the Bora back, a lot of, hit animation, or in that case, Hijinx just said, I'm getting out of here because if I get hit by these bugs, I'm going to lose. A lot of DOT in play here. Big jumping from Jackie, but doesn't hit the right side. Somehow it turned into some kind of weird little frame trap where HoneyBee thought he could swing, but Jackie was already swinging, leading to some good damage. Can Hijinx make this little comeback?
Oh, this is gonna be crazy. Like, I feel like this is gonna come out. Some kind of crazy read. No punish. Is he gonna be up for the chip out? No! Oh my god, he did it! Only a real master comeback with no defensive bar on a 20 hit off a positive rush. That was 1 hit from doing it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
HoneyBee's in disbelief at the fact that all those hits from, EX Pokey thing wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It literally needed one more poke. That means the difference between a flawless block or one more down one. If it could have got blocked, that entire round would have been HoneyBee's game right there.
Oh!
Ducking up there, but not committing to the whole thing. Or that last part just whipping.
Yeah, it looks like it's
there.
Oh no, HoneyBee still not letting that phase him whatsoever. Got a good position here. Waits out. The goop. Oh, a mix-up in and of its own off of the leap right there. And Hijinx just wanted to get into the corner with that back throw, it looked like, and actually got the down 2 to whip, but didn't commit up the string.
Somehow that down 2 whip, it was right next to her. Now Hijinx in full control. Back throw here, able to go in for some pressure. HoneyBee trying to roll out of there, but unfortunately gets hit by Jack.
What attack!
Down.
Oh my goodness, that's some big damage. He's gonna put down some dot, and he maxes it, did it, HoneyBee, with the RKO out of nowhere! Are you kidding me, this match? I can't. I'm done. I'm leaving.
There was no other option that would have worked. There was literally no other offensive option that would have worked in that scenario. But HoneyBee didn't want to back off because he knew Hijinx was just going to throw the goop, the DOT, the damage over time, property all over the map or anywhere HoneyBee was thinking about going. So HoneyBee said, let's bypass that entirely. Let's go for the fatal blow, which is very unsafe on block. And let's try to, link into this animation that makes all the DOT, all the property on the field completely disappear, and it was enough. It was enough to kill Jackie in that scenario. So that was literally down to the wire. And Hijinx
both of those rounds
comeback. Yeah.
Both of those rounds, the literal 90% health comeback. I think he had 100 HP versus HoneyBee's like 95 in the previous round to make the comeback happen, and then to put HoneyBee in a situation where he almost does it again. But you know how good that had to feel to clutch out that moment, to get him back in this winner's final. So not even have to worry about the lower bracket right now, to try to make this comeback happen. The veteran's been here before. Gotta be feeling good in those situations. HoneyBee got going there a little bit with those bugs. Hijinx, he did like smarter setups that looked like it took Hijinx's ability away to disrespect. It looks like HoneyBee's going for a little less risky setups that have a little air to them, where he's backing up jails with the bugs versus breathing room. And that's been one adjustment I've seen out of HoneyBee so far, because those disrespects in the one round we saw, the first game we saw on stream, was incredible. How much he was able to press buttons there and get away with it and get big damage. Speaking of,
Oh yeah, it's gonna lead to some good damage here. Hit confirm from HoneyBee. Oh, drops the follow-up there though. Hold on a second. Knowing Hijinx's tendency to kind of poke in that scenario, a lot of people like to, you know, answer back with something that low profiles their body as soon as they come up off the ground. So in that case, Hijinx went with a low, with a crouching kick, just to kind of, you know, keep HoneyBee away. But HoneyBee able to space that out perfectly, just far enough for those tentacles of hers to just kind of reach there and able to go into some good damage here.
oh, the control right now by HoneyBee.
Yeah, he's not trying to go into anything crazy. Just looking for those straight hits. And Hijinx just
That's the first time.
Up here.
First time I saw HoneyBee set up like a follow-up to the thing that's supposed to be the follow-up. Like, he actually just kept that going, and once more really tried to not only get Hijinx to press a button, but to have something there waiting for it just in case. Not gonna have a bug on him for the crushing blow. And you're taking a really big risk there with HoneyBee. I'm not too sure what that was for, but we've seen this story before.
I mean, that one risk, that one scenario cost HoneyBee over 40% of his life. But either way, able to kind of just keep it safe. Even if he was able to, you know, block that, it might have been enough time for HoneyBee to get that bar. Maybe that's what HoneyBee was anticipating. Amplifying that move there at the end does make it safe. And then there's also the little mind game between, you know, is he going to amplify it or is he not going to amplify it to save the meter for the next one? So it's kind of tricky. You're always really got to be on your toes. And I mean, I'm just going to say it. Right now, it feels like HoneyBee has made a pure adaptation to the playstyle of Hijinx. And I'm seeing someone who's really, really in control here. So Hijinx could switch it up here by changing the variation a little bit. But I feel like for the most part, Hijinx is a Jackie main through and through. So let's see what happens.
I think that, yeah, so for HoneyBee, it was that kind of like tightening up of the pressure. Like right there in the corner, for a good like 20 seconds in a row, you saw him just space what I felt like every normal perfectly and every stagger. It was his turn for those 20 seconds. And it was really hard for Jackie to press in those situations. But again, without taking a big risk that HoneyBee was either ready for or was the one to get the hit in that situation, whereas early on it was Hijinx. So it's been good back and forth, but you're right. Right now, HoneyBee's in the driver's seat. Now the health bar might seem a little bit different as Hijinx draws first blood for another 40%. 40%!
Well, I was going to make a comment on that last game. It looked like HoneyBee wasn't going for many throws at all. He was just trying to keep it safe. Go strike, strike, strike. And as soon as he went for a throw in this game, he actually got hit and full combo punish from Hijinx. So I don't really think HoneyBee needs to mix it up that much at all. I think he needs to just keep going with it and just kind of, you know, hope that he's fighting through this tendency of Hijinx, for Hijinx to always look for, you know, the throw. Hijinx is always looking for the risky maneuver. And HoneyBee just shouldn't.
Oh, there we go. And look, all of these are working now. And it could just be that little of a difference from those early games to now, is that simply things are working that weren't working before, either whether it was a really high risk by Hijinx or it was just, again, HoneyBee maybe not being as tight with where he's placing and when he's placing those buttons. But man, is he on a roll right now. And now at match point, to reverse 3-0 this into grand finals?
Good, he can absolutely do it, going with that tricky overhead here. Again, Hijinx getting hit there. It's not an easy thing to react to, but it does hit as an overhead, so, you know, you gotta stand block for it. Big damage here from Hijinx, tapping into that crushing blow at the very end, the dash punch hitting max range. That's gonna be a huge whip on the down two, and HoneyBee punishing it like nobody's business here. Throwing down Oki Bug. Hijinx again with the wake up down 4 from Jackie. The down kick, the crouching kick, just to kind of stop any offense that he's thinking about implementing in that situation.
Ah, damn.
Now we go to a final game. Final round. Almost nothing matters here, right, Arma? Everything's about to get thrown out the window because one crazy decision could be all it takes, and it was the snipe by HoneyBee on the anti-air snag, but he drops the combo!
huge opportunity, and again, another huge opportunity. That one more because he didn't commit to it. Maybe he thought he could go for some stagger pressure.
Okay.
Down to jacking out of the sky.
And he got him
here.
again! HoneyBee, 3 massive reads here, 2 on the neutral jump right there, and then on the teleport punish, that was sensational. 1 more neutral jump there, perfectly spaced, a range where Hijinx cannot press a button, follows in the bugs, and that was going to be a 50-50 no matter what. HoneyBee, off of that start, wow. Able to take this final game, final round, that was everything I wanted it to be. It was everything I think the viewers wanted it to be. Even the viewers early on that set were like, game 5, go the distance, because they love seeing HoneyBee in those situations because he's such an explosive player naturally. We all know what he was able to do with the Flash and with Devore back in MKX. Just one of the most exciting players to watch. And if he's proven why time and time again. Like, it is not...
He's a very clutch player.
It's not really an opinion. Yeah.
From K7. And I think from Curbolicous, we're seeing the regular variation that he's been rocking. I think we're going to see a lot of wave dashing getting under the projectile. So let's see what he does.
So this matchup, I want to call something out real quick, and I hope that shows this off. That was weird to say. But the moment that Cabal goes airborne, anywhere full screen to half screen, you just guys are pumped. You just guys are pumped. And yep, like right there. Have a nice day. Get out of my sky. This is a no-fly zone. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And you know what? Here's a free shower for you. Wash yourself.
So, I mean, I do like that. It doesn't really necessarily get him a big win advantage or you know, a combo opportunity or anything like that. But it does kind of make Curbolicous think twice about approaching to the sky. So right there, just kind of, you know, putting the, stopping him in his tracks. So,
oh, that's a big cash out right there.
How big is that risk, though? Going low into immediate launcher?
I mean, no one's really punished those yet on block. Those Hydro boosts on block.
Yeah.
Yeah, because show off. Well, for one, a lot of them have hit, but 2, people, I think they're hesitant to go for the anti-airs because of the aerial Arcus Plunge. Because there are Rains out there, I literally just played one, that are good at confirming that on block to be able to, once they see a block, they just Arcus Plunge away from them 40 meters. Just like that, and so far, and then reset neutral. That was a weird input here.
A little weird. Back throw here from Curbolicous. What's Curbo going to do on Oki? Little slight, or a delay wake up here from K7, but not really finding him the breathing room that he was looking for. Curbolicous opted to stay here, keeping the corner position, and K7 finds himself in the corner, but he does have access to this interactable. He can jump off the wall if he decides to use it, but of course that is a very obvious option. A lot of players miss that one out.
Go to what Rain has.
Curbolicous.
I haven't really seen it a lot in NRS games, but oh, there's a beautiful reaction, and that's really guaranteed damage right there. You don't want to break away from Rain in those moments because if he Arcus plunges, you're going to eat 40% plus. So really smart for Curbo to hang onto the bar here. He finds himself in a detrimental position here. And he's getting crazy with these jumps. On reversal, on Oki, he's being pretty jump heavy up close because that is where the palm is going to be so effective. Like I said before, it was the distance of it all.
Oh, somehow not getting hit by that up two. Rain just out of range here. So can Curbolicous, can he make this comeback? Backing off. What's Rain gonna do? Is he gonna get hit? No, block. Go right into those kicks. I mean, you said it before. That one's only -1. I mean, why not just throw it out there?
That's one hell of a normal. I think the startup is. It's like 10 or 13 frames. It's really quick. It's airborne in the startup of it. It's super active. It's like shockingly active. And it leaves him at -1 or is -1 or -3. I can't remember exactly.
Safe,
but
safe is the point. Yeah.
So safe, and he can really steal turns. You saw him use it earlier against Grr, going overneath sand traps, little things like that. It's really hard to deal with in neutral. It has a lot of priority and it goes really far, and he's used it perfectly in moments like that. That's a normal that can trigger a lot of people for sure. Because in those moments, it feels so clutch. Yeah, whatever Curbo pressed had to have been a frame slower, just got absorbed, and that's why Show Off takes game #1 here.
It was a good call. Good call. Curbolicous staying with this variation here. Hook grab going to be extending for a lot of damage, and slight gas, which is Ultra David's favorite name for any move in any game, is going to give him access to all this mobility. So, you know, the various different options he's got in the air. Very tricky. Good normals here from Cabal, able to just kind of stuff that out there. Big jump in here from Curbolicous, able to confirm into some good damage here. Nearly 40% here, 36 on the board, no problem at all.
Oh, really far away for that stand 3 right there. I think it was just because the start of that was an anti-air, which takes away some of the jungle properties on the end of the Geyser bomb right there.
Yeah, he might have been looking for the breakaway though. The breakaway does, you know, leave you suspended in the air a little bit longer, and you do cash in big on that if that does hit. It was slight delay getting around those buttons on his Oki and his wake up. Flawless blocking that, just kind of minimize the chip damage as much as possible, get moving as quickly as possible, try to close the gap. But right now, Curbolicous completely content with it because he knows he's got a Nomad dash. K7 Show-Off's only chance in that scenario maybe was
hard to get around that.
Yeah, you might have been able to pull off a flawless block, but you know it's not an easy thing to do. Not an easy thing to do at all. Oh, stuffing him right before that projectile comes out.
Right there.
Curbolicous wakes up swinging here. Swing one of those buttons again. Yet again, Curbolicous getting some good damage here. K7 needs to slow down just a little bit. Don't commit too much. Try to commit a little bit more to that block button.
There's the aggression of the buttons from Curbolicous right there. That's what I talked about. He is not afraid, no matter who you are, no matter what the situation is, ever. He is not afraid to just be that aggressive, maddening onslaught of buttons that comes at you. And just like life, it can come at you fast like it did show off in that game. And now Curbolicous all of a sudden has tied us up at a game apiece in what felt like a marathon of a game number 1. And we've seen that so many times tonight. You know, huge shifts.
Where the tides just change.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter how that first game goes. I feel like for anyone in this top 8, you know, we saw really slow burns and final rounds of first games all night long. And then game number 2 could just be someone getting someone in the corner and they're dead, you know. So that's how any game can go. And that's why you guys can never check out mentally after a single game like that, because it's not the biggest difference maker in the world. No matter how bad it goes, if you get double flawless, don't let that just affect that next game. Because you know what? Have that mentality of, you know what? What if I just did it back to him? Or anything like that can happen here. Show off. I love that he probably, you know. Oh, he did it. Armor, real quick, he did it. He brought the Rift. And this is what I wanted to see earlier, because that's what makes this matchup a little bit better, I feel like, for Rain, because it takes away Buzzsaw entirely. Taking away Buzzsaw, that was annoying show off towards the end of that last round.
Uh-huh. Yeah, especially when he was down to like almost nothing. But how is Rift going to play into this?
All it does is when they're full screen, he puts it out and it lets him zone even more for free, because it's going to absorb a projectile as long as it is active, and it's unique in that he can put it out and then just move around. So and it's really fast on recovery. So yeah, go for it.
I can definitely see that, but you know, Cabal does have the opportunity to throw himself as a projectile. Slight gap going forward. That's not gonna absorb through the Rift. So it definitely is gonna limit Cabal's options. So yeah, I definitely see your point that it's gonna change the matchup entirely here.
And watch show off maybe get a little gimmicky, and he likes to use the pressure from time to time as well, just because it has really little recovery as a visual trickery. Oh my! Kerbo's not afraid to up 2 all night long either. And is it breakaway? He's dead! I'm pretty sure he's dead!
That's very close. Very, very close.
He's 10,000% dead.
He's dead. He's super dead. That wasn't even close. I'm sorry.
That crushing blow. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Raw. If you guys have watched
MK11
since the beta,
the way he got it though with poke, just like canceling his poke, which is definitely not your turn after he gets blocked, goes into the hook sword.
He did it.
And the reward was so worth the risk, because you know at that point Curbolicous was down on so much health that he said, you know what, let me use this. Let me try to use this.
That's one of the biggest rewards in MK11 is that crushing blow right there. insanity. I also want to pay homage to the outfit that Show Off brought here. He's literally rocking a Sons of the Harpy outfit in MK11 right now. It's pretty good. He's getting all his crush blows for free.
No problem getting these at all. I like Curbolicous going with the throw mix here instead of the obvious forward throw, trying to mix it up as much as possible here because he does have that crazy mobility to just throw him back in control here. K7 getting close to those ropes. But hold on a second. Big boot from Cabal after some slight gas. And Curbolicous continuing that momentum on his side. 2-1. Still got one more game left, I believe.
I saw an immediate adaptation from Kerbo with what K7 did, and I'm pretty sure that Kerbo is just, you know, kind of at that level where he saw that he made that adjustment by bringing the I actually never know what they exactly call it 100%, but you know, the little realm thing. But Kerbolicous saw that, and you saw that he didn't zone really at all. He played that entire matchup on offense and up close, and so he adjusted before he even had to make an adjustment, and is still on top in this set, and now K7 Show Off is going to go back to the drawing board, I think, entirely. Because, yeah, it made Curbolicous play differently, but it actually almost halfway played into Curbolicous' hands because he still kind of godlike up close and was just playing out of his mind. Yeah, he did delete him in 2 hits off of some crushing blows, so that also does, you know, you do have to account for that, you know, and I do have to account for that. Yeah, absolutely. The dude did just die. Like, he was playing... He pressed the button after he blocked a poke and he died. That did happen. Quantum Rift, thank you so much. But dang.
Yeah, I know you wanted to see some Quantum Rift, but you know, that shows you that Curbolicous, he's kind of, you know, he's showing you that you gotta be ready for anything. You know, you gotta be aware of these, even the variation moves that you don't really see that often, because a lot of people are trying to stop 2 powerful things about Cabal, and that's the jump mobility and those projectiles, those downward projectiles that you see from Cabal are one of the best air projectiles in this game. Big jump and kick, and it does get respected here. Looks like Kerbo is trying to swing for his own turn.
Yeah, Kerbo tried to get a flawless block of the back 2-2, or sorry, back 2-1-2, and he took away the gap with that Hydro boost. Oh, he got sniped by the back one. That'll be a crushing blow, and with no breakaway, K7's about to eat an unholy amount of damage, but he dropped it. He still did 36%, he dropped it. That'd be like 44, man.
Missed opportunity. Don't want to do this. Don't drop the opportunity when the round is so close here. K7 does have access to that fatal blow, though. Is he going to use it? No. Forcing that breakaway to come off. Curbolicous got no resources left whatsoever. Here comes a fatal blow. 1 hit confirmed into the round in his favor. K7 showing some signs of life after 2 devastating losses here in these last 2 games. But he is ready. He is awake. So good.
You know, it's as if he knew, because of the round prior, that Curbolicous wanted to swing. Because he swung a lot on hit, and a lot in some weird situations last game where he, you know, robbed and turned into some big damage. And their K7 just calling it out, looking for the hit confirm, just kept it so solid in that situation. Not the round. He's back in this fight, and he's trying to get out of the corner, though, and an time for that to drop, and the Hydro Boost doing absolutely nothing for him there, but wasting the meter. And what a flawless block to get a turn there! And he got built the bar! What a cash out! That looked so cool. Was just walking forward, though.
Oh, stopping any kind of advancement here from Rain. Curbolicous taking him for a huge ride here. Heading with the hook grab, trying to get something going on. Oki gets that jump in 1. Very fast move from Cabal. A little stubby, but fast enough to convert into some good damage here. Good opportunity. Flawless blocking that gap. A flawless block of his own. Rain with that anti-air, or the anti-air type of flawless block. Flawless blocking those jump-ins from your opponent, one of the best ways to deal with it. As long as you got the meter to go for those up-twos, as long as you got the right kind of up-two equipped, a really good way to deal with, you know, a jump-happy character, especially with a great jump. Rain, you know, you gotta have something to answer for it.
Absolutely. You saw Kerbo there with a beautiful, really early stand 1 anti-air there, too, before any active frames could get out. He got behind the 4-3 that time around, avoiding that big hurt box altogether. And wow, really aggressive. Those K7. I think he just swung off after a block down 1. That was some hyper aggression here. Might be feeling the pressure of trying to stay alive here. He needs to. The micro deck on a Kerbo. That kick was in the middle of his forehead when that thing started. And Kerbo's going to tie us. He's going to take as much help as he can here because he believes he's not out of this. Never give up. Never surrender.
No reason to give up here. He is coming off that fatal blow though, but I think 2 more combos should be enough there as long as he does get the right kinds of hits. Oh, ducking right under that last one.
Oh my! He's dead.
Away.
He's dead. That's. Oh, okay. Never mind. I forgot. I completely forgot that doesn't launch. Just doing the damage here.
Launcher, yeah. Not the launcher. Big damage though, and you know what? Why not? You got no other opportunity. What an anti-air here. A great way to punish that advancement here.
That's gonna be brutal.
7 and Curbolicous looking incredible here. Very few opportunities given to him there at the end. He went for the that launcher there.
He was given that
From
one
Rain.
opportunity, and Kerbo took it. You know, and he's really the first person to really anti-air that Hydro boost, and that was the difference maker the entire time. Show off how many times did a Hydro boost on block win him a match, right? Even in the previous round, and how we were like, it's crazy that he got away with that, and Kerbo not letting him get away with it this time around, Arma, and getting the victory here, 3-1.
It was really just Hijinx's in his favor consistently, I would say, as they scrambled. And yeah, there was a little bit of this kind of semi-zoning by Jackie trying to clear the skies, but that just didn't last long. And now we're up close, where most of that match was fought as well.
Most definitely here. Oh, Hijinx getting something going here, forcing that breakaway to come, and continuing this pressure afterwards. But Curbolicous so good at inputting that back one at that perfect range. You know, it's a really, really good range move. It's just not one of the faster ones. So all you got to do to make that work is space it out just right. And Curbolicous all over that, getting maximum damage here, 34%. And catching Hijinx, I feel again, just something I've noticed about Hijinx. A lot of jumping on Wake Up, a lot of jumping in that scenario, and I think Kerbo knew that, went right for it. So I think Hijinx needs to kind of mix it up a little bit. You are probably going to see a lot more waking up down pokes here.
Well, that time he stood still, and Curbolicous now feels like he's kind of running over him. What a call out. Hijinx trying to get the offense started. The tech is there, but he's still cooking it up.
Oh, went to the wrong side.
Didn't have
there.
offensive bar, unfortunately, there for Hijinx. Kerbo schemes in. Both of these players are absolutely willing to press buttons. Yeah, I was just going to say, he is respecting there, but that's not something that's going to last for very long.
Definitely not in this game. Blocking will get you nowhere, as the loading tip tells us.
Ooh.
An anti-air here from Kerbo.
Just barely reached that, was so close to getting whip punish and a huge damage. Wow, okay, the shrapnel in the sky saved Hijinx. Again, as we saw before, lots of scrambles in this matchup between two characters that really excel in these kind of up-close / airborne mix-ups.
Nice little trade there for both players, but Curbolicous trying to minimize where Jackie can go to, trying to force her into the corner here. Never mind, big jump in, never mind, big jump in again from Curbolicous. Is able to get the hit, the slight gas, does miss the roll as Jackie just tries to get a little offensive there on that wake up. A lot of jumping from Curbolicous as Hijinx challenging there with that mid. One of the best things about Jackie is the fact that she's got those mids to really just shut you down when you're looking for a throw.
And this full screen play we saw a bunch of as well, at least in the first game in their previous set. Hijinx willing to just hang out. He doesn't feel like he's pressed to approach. He feels like he has that slight anti-air at range.
Yeah, another thing to consider is that your meter comes back in time. Oh.
Yeah,
That's for dad.
Hijinx, oh, didn't believe in it. Just going for staggers. Kerbo's in. If either one finds the big hit right now. They both know it. Look at the blocking. That block button is held. It is pasted down on the pad for Hijinx. He tries.
Oh, that trade.
The flawless block, and he gets it! Curbolicious! 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 Looking good right there.
I love it. I love it. So good. Flawless blocking going right into the up two. I mean, you know, Cabal's got a pretty fast one. It's one of the better ones, I think, in my opinion. And Kerbo able to convert it, and because Hijinx didn't have any bar to break away, he just did it nice and simple, regular combo that's going to work without thinking about breakaway, right into the fatal blow. And you could see that he was like itching for that hit that entire time. And as you commented, that block button from Hijinx just pasted down all the way. Didn't want to let go of it. Said, if I let go of this block button, I am going to lose. I'm ready to die on this hill. I'm going to try to react to these throws. And the throws never came. And Hijinx decided, I'm going to go for it. Went to the air, looking for something. A lot of people have a hard time dealing with Jackie's, jumping game. Jackie's ability to have all these little options, the down blast, a regular jump-in kick, a regular jump-in punch. And Kerbo called out the timing right, flawless blocking, very specific timing. And it was the key. It was the key to victory there.
Before we start these top 8s, we always ask the players if they want us to do any quotes or anything on their behalf. Like, for example, Hijinx just says to check him out on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Hijinx. Kerbo specifically wanted us to say, well, to chant Curbolicious. So mission accomplished. Check that one off. We can move on here back into the match.
Move on.
Game number 2 here.
I thought we were going to get another one, so I'm actually a little disappointed.
All right,
Did that one hurt you?
But he's got to do cool stuff, all right? It can't just be random.
Okay. Deal. Big deal. All right, Jackie coming down. Kerbo being really, really patient, but because of that, is susceptible to that throw. And the throw yet again. So I think Hijinx is dipping into something here. A certain mindset, tries to go for the third throw in a row. Never mind, found it this way. Kerbo. And Jackie, she's one of the tougher characters to punish in terms of like when that throw whips. Because of her throw-specific animation. Big fist right to the gut here as Jackie with those fists, pushing Curbolicous all the way to the corner, and Kerbo swinging for the fences, swinging completely in the wrong way, and Hijinx all over it, ready to cash in big on that one. Hijinx. Right. Wait. Big whipper. Okay, Kerbo doesn't want this anymore.
Right there. 350 is not so bad. Save pressure.
Well, not at all.
Tried to meet the opponent in the sky. I like the idea there. And then no keep up. Maybe he was looking for breakaway. I don't know.
Yeah, not sure. I mean, a lot of people like to input the the auto OS, go for no.
Well, he can't do OS like that because the slight gas has the same input. I was wondering about that before.
Right. That's right. I didn't even consider the exact same inputs.
Nope. Threatened with plus. Kerbo's turn. That damage over time, as you can see, starting to matter. Oh, well! Hijinx finds it just like that. What a fast confirm! And he's going to take the game as well here. It's going to tie up one.
And a fast shift in momentum. I mean, we've seen this for Hijinx before, in long grueling sets. I feel like he's just such a momentum-based player, like very fast, very aggressive here. The time difference, I guess the overall tone of the two different matches when Hijinx wins versus when Curbolicous wins is very, very different. And, it's just kind of like Kerbo's dealing with the Jackie offense and trying to stop it, while, when Hijinx is winning, it's all connecting, all big damage, the mids. Kerbo's looking for like throws, especially in that beginning when Hijinx opened up this game with throw. It just kind of, it's hard to ignore that little voice in your head that says, here comes a throw that I can easily down to. Here comes a throw that I can easily make whiff, because they're all highs. And you're fighting that little urge, and then you're opening yourself up to this. And I think Hijinx played that perfectly.
Well, again, he is the one who came out on top when they played before. It was 3-1 for Hijinx. In fact, it's the same order, I guess. Curbolicous won the first game the previous time they played.
That's right.
3-0. So we could be seeing the same thing here. Kerbo's going to try to fight back, of course.
If I know Curbolicous, he's quite a fighter.
Absolutely.
One of the best.
Long time top level MK player. Oh yeah, since MK9.
Projectiles, and it looks like Hijinx doesn't want to take too many risks there. I'm kind of noticing there for the fact of not trying to duck under that high buzzsaw.
Going down.
Hijinx backing off again. He's pretty content to play at this range occasionally. Oh, missing with the Shoryuken. It's gonna be Kerbo with the corner. Slide pressure. Wow, what a pickup! With punish, it wasn't
Yeah, I mean, did you see that very specific dash timing there? Like, so unique to depending on, you know, when you hit your character out of the sky. Kerbo going for the throw mix, going with the back throw, trying to trigger some kind of failed escape. But Jackie not biting here.
Well, gonna do it again.
Yeah, just throw him back into the corner. Okay, you're not gonna tech, you're gonna take these. Oh, that could have been huge if he went with a different follow-up. Kerbo trying to chip away as much as possible, and even though that string is negative, a lot of Cabals, just because of the fact that they're in down one range, love to just hit down one after that. And this time it actually paid off for Kerbo. Misses the follow-up there, the last hit of that string. Kerbo jumping right into that goop, but it's really early, so it's not going to be really round-defying here.
Too slow.
Getting some nice damage off the board here.
For the KB on there was Hijinx. Could have been big news.
Definitely looking for those wake-up buttons.
God, the challenges that he picks are so smart, those 1-1 timings. It feels like they're spot on almost this entire game. Keep it up. Okay, makes sense. Make it happen.
Yeah, I mean,
potentially the beginning of things here for Hijinx. At that range,
this is all
it's
damage.
Weird to try to confirm into other stuff.
Yeah, but you're maximizing your fatal blow damage. You know, very minimal scaling from the down two. You know, that scenario, but Curbolicous not sweating it too hard. Oh, hold on, he should be
with the wrong direction. Oh no, but another chance here for Hijinx. It's not gonna be an okay. It was barely enough.
Nothing.
So this is a huge swing on this round right here. One of these players goes up 2-1. That is gonna be huge in the context of this set. Kerbo starting it off well.
Good challenge from Kerbo. Beating her with that high, the stand 1-1s. Easily hit confirmable into some good damage. Kerbo jumping a lot here as Jackie does take to the sky as well, being the victor in that air-to-air exchange.
Hijinx just waiting for that bar to come back. There it was. Kerbo now. And against a character who does not have any defensive bar. The beautiful keep up. He is threatening to seal this. Even a grab might kill.
I'm surprised he threw out of the corner, but he really just wanted to get as much damage as possible. Failed escape here, but not going to lead into a crushing blow, as Jackie doesn't have access to that. He's backing off, ducking under, trying to minimize the chip damage.
Jump back! Of course it would have been into the saw. There it was as well. Kerbo just staying very safe at the end of that. Safety first ending for sure. And so you see he has all sides of this game. He has the offense, he has the risks taken. Sometimes he has the challenges, as you said at the end. There's strength sometimes. So still bringing down ones, as we often see. And then at the same time, a player who will challenge in all these situations will also just back off when it's the right call. There is well thought out strategy both on offense and then in escape and defense, and you can see it pay off on both sides. So he's the one, Curbolicous is the one who goes up 2-1.
Yeah, Kerbo's up 2-1. Yeah, at the end there, he was just trying to keep it safe, you know, throwing out those long range buttons, the big jump back twos, going into the the downward buzzsaw there in the air. I mean, unless you're specifically calling it out, and even if you are, you know, some characters don't have the tools to deal with that. So, you know, they're waiting for something to whiff, or they could flawless block the buzzsaw, but even there, you're taking a risk when you have that little health, like Hijinx did in that situation. You know, you don't want to take the risk and flawless block, you know, or it could be, you know, the last thing you try to block, and you just lose the round anyway. So, big, strong strategy there from Curbolicous. I mean, it worked out. It worked out no problem for him. So Hijinx has to just kind of take this life lead and not let it get away, because, you know, Hijinx knows how much Kerbo can just kind of sit back on that life lead. Sit back and just wait for one or two buzzsaws to connect. Oh, it's gonna be a big whip, but he doesn't punish it.
No, just kind of stubby limbs, unfortunately, it looked like. Gets out of the KB ender. But immediately back into things here is Kerbo. And it ending, as always, north of 300 damage. Directly into more pressure, stealing turns. Oh my god. For the player who had ended last game, by jumping away, look at this. What a change in pace. Right back to being the buzzsaw himself. Hijinx though, maybe not out of it here. If he finds one more significant combo, he can take this absolutely. He's got Fatal on deck. No! Was that her foot getting hit by the buzzsaw, putting Curbolicous at match point?
Oh man, I mean the buzzsaw became active, I guess, as soon as it left his hand. I guess the question is, you know, does it leave his hand behind his head or in front of his head? Either way, yeah, this is match point for Curbolicous. This little back throw here, trying to find some kind of failed escape, but it looks like Hijinx is just more of a high risk, high reward character or player, looking for, you know, to make those throw callouts whiff instead of just trying to react to those techs. Oh, he just did it! He did no bad dash right in her face. Led some pretty good damage, 20% for no additional bar here.
He's exactly where he wants to be even still. If he finds... Oh, gotta get out of it immediately! Right there on the breaker. Here now is Hijinx. But, Hijinx needs the big hit! He does!
What did Kerbo challenge? I mean, in that scenario, down one got blocked, and Kerbo said, I'm not going to block, I'm going to keep swinging for the fences here. So good call on Hijinx to just tighten up that challenge there. Just go immediate with that mid as fast as possible. Curbolicous still at a slightly upper hand here. He can sit back and play defensively, or it looks like he's trying to get aggressive here, trying to find that hit. Good block by Hijinx, standing up for that overhead. Oh, that could have been.
He puts himself in the goop. Was it gonna pay off? Even chip, and then afterward down one yet again, and then just like before, he makes it work. Hijinx tried to jump out. Curbolicous screws up the stage fatality, and we're gonna go into grand finals with Curbo from loser's side.
In the air, while you have HoneyBee going with Widow's Kiss, which is gonna be, you know, not only just a drop that you can do from full screen for no reason at all, but it's also a combo extender, and then you have the Oki bug. The bug.
Then book swords will have to do.
Round
So
one.
good.
Fight.
Yeah, I think they both pretty much always use these variations. They're both are strong, I mean, for their characters, for sure.
Yeah. I just mean, like, you know, when other people are playing these characters, I feel like it's kind of like the meta in terms of like how to build these characters. This is what you do for damage. This is what you do for Oki setup. This is what you do for mobility. So you're going to be seeing a lot of, you know, the Oki bug as HoneyBee just kind of dropping it on and just being able to, you know, inflict more damage, whether he wants to go for throw, go for mix-up, or strike.
Well, he definitely chose strike there. It's going into the mix-up. Hey, you got to respect it. The bug was still going to come out, and Kerbo wasn't ready for down two. Takes off a pretty good chunk of life.
Definitely a huge chunk of life here. Not only that, but also coming off that huge defensive meter. Now, HoneyBee's got to wait a long time, but hey, if you're going to keep going on offense, no reason to have that defensive meter for Curbolicous with the wake-up buttons after a delay wake-up, thrown off the timing of HoneyBee. A lot of jumping in, and that actually punishes, goes over to the other side, and HoneyBee in a world of hurt here. Not only that, to add insult to injury, HoneyBee finds himself in the corner. So Curbolicous completely knocking off, or closing off that real estate, I should say. Little trade there. I believe that was down two. No commitment from Kerbo. I think he was pressing the wrong direction.
You might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was free.
Here's some HoneyBee now in the corner. Got the pressure. The bug's there. Yeah, he did block, but not quite for enough. And just like that, it's HoneyBee with more pressure here in the corner. This is a tough spot for almost any character to be. She just doesn't have much of a hurt box in that. And she's continuing the pressure. Even Chip, okay, interrupted. Kerbo's alive and gets through.
He holds it. He's holding onto it.
He's taking the risk. Oh! Let me know. Is it enough?
Dead? Is she dead?
Let me see those skulls. Let me see those skulls.
It's so close. It's so close.
Oh, got the last one. Oh, it's a no. Kerbolicious, what a game. And this is, I think, a really important dynamic for how this set's gonna go. When Kerbo's Cabal hits you, it is gonna be 300 minimum. And at the northern end, it's gonna be 450, 500 sometimes.
Fatality.
For HoneyBee's before, that's
close.
like almost never gonna be the case, right? There's some anti-air crushing blow kind of situations that will rarely happen. But in general, in terms of hit confirms, it's not gonna be like that. So he's gonna need to hit more with Devora than Kerbolicious will with Cabal. That's going to be a big factor in how they're both navigating whether they're willing to take risks or not.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of, like, you know, the simple strike throw game, you know, Cabal is going to get a lot more than a character like Devora, but in terms of the damage. But I feel like what Devora does get, if she's got the bar, she's got the follow-up with the Oki bug that she drops. If she amplifies it, she can get a lot more of a, repeating situation where she gets to swing again. She gets to throw you, and if you get hit by that throw or, don't down to crushing blow her, you're going to get hit by, more bugs into the same scenario, rinse and repeat, obviously up to 2 times because the bar is going to run out. But that's kind of what Devora gets in terms of like cashing out. She doesn't get raw damage like Cabal does. It's more of, what opportunity do I get later afterwards because of the Oki bug that I drop here. Yeah, that bursting bug, that disgusting thing. Gonna keep it safe with that bar. Curbolicous backing off and hitting that back one, connecting perfectly with that nice little mid here. Oh,
He actually waited
Turbo with the
for
call.
Sky.
Turbo
Maybe because
loves
that's such an
anti-air.
important part of HoneyBee's game plan is so based around neutral jump 1, just like we saw right there. So if Curbolicous can shut it down with a character that, his ranged anti-airs aren't going to cut it, air-to-air might be the juice.
Could definitely see that. Whoa, the down 2 does whip.
Ooh, God, such a threat that it could be neutral jump 1. She could, just like this, just like that, capitalizing on exactly what we were discussing as HoneyBee here. And the bug comes out. It's about to party again.
And at that point, that was guaranteed there. The only thing he could have done was block because, it is plus enough on hit that it's going to guarantee that stand 1 from HoneyBee. So that's why he went with it, and that's kind of what Turbo was probably trying to duck or just avoid it any other way, knowing that he was going to get chipped out regardless. A jump-in kick from Curbolicous. Oh, HoneyBee challenging with that down 2. Oh, and I love it. The fact that Kerbo let go of block in that very specific timing, made the jump whip, and gave him the ability to punish it. But right now, HoneyBee in the driver's seat, getting that big combo in the corner, dropping the Oki bug, but Curbolicous throwing all caution to the wind, hitting him with the up 2 on the wake up. Risky stuff here, but it is paying off, especially in the corner where you have a little bit more combo ability. Gonna go for the whip punish, but no, not there in time. This time though, Curbolicous gets just the right hit, able to go right into the fatal blow, not playing any games, and Curbolicous wants to go into a round number 3 for this game number 2.
He's so good at choosing the right combo route, and not just in normal situations like grounded hit confirms, but anti-air situations, air-to-air situations. He turns scrambles into significant damage almost every time. Chance on the whip!
I feel like
there.
Oh, blasting him away, trying to keep as safe as possible here. What an anti-air from HoneyBee with the stand 1. Here comes the Oki bug. What's going to happen? He does have the second one to hit there, so it's going to lead it to some good damage here. HoneyBee off to a great start in this final round. Oki bug again. Curbolicous trying to get out of that range, but HoneyBee meeting him with the tentacles, forcing him to just block and stay right where he is.
And this is an escape failed right here. Turbo now is dangerous, not just on hit, but also on grab. Again, the air-to-air. I really think that's an important way to shut things down. If only he had committed.
Maybe he did it there.
HoneyBee still lives.
He's looking for it so bad. That's going to be a whiff punish thanks to that roll. Able to recover in time to get that punishment on the recovery frame from Cabal.
Oh, is it enough?
That
It's
is so
not quite.
dirty.
And then the low.
No, that is...
You're right. You were saying before that she isn't typically dealing out a ton of damage, but she is getting these like weird situations on you constantly, and these setups, and not just on knockdown, but also in neutral sometimes based on how the bug works. Oh, it's horrible looking.
Fatality.
Wow. Wow.
Devora wins.
Wow. I don't remember what I was saying, but Devora is not this big damaging character. She's instead looking for setups and control and range, and that the way that HoneyBee dances around to find those exact ranges where that stuff works, to understand when the opponent is going to break away so that he can set out the bug immediately, right? So he can still stay safe and maybe build pressure with it. All those reads are coming into play so much here.
Yeah, no, huge read, and you know you got to understand like what is the setup. Is she going for a throw? Is she going for a strike? The other thing too, specific to this matchup, where we usually see Curbolicous kind of being able to freely jump back, throw those buzzsaws, you're not going to see it as much in this matchup because of that Widow's Kiss, because of that ability from Devora to just drop down, auto track. She doesn't have to specifically place it. It just auto tracks and catches an opponent and puts them into a full combo situation. However, it is very unsafe. So, you know, Curbolicous can bait it out by doing something like jump back nothing, holding on a block, waiting for it to come down with that Widow's Kiss. So it kind of changes the neutral in this matchup. So seeing Curbolicous a little bit different, forcing him to go in a little bit more aggressively than we were used to. The Oki Bug. Nice flawless block from Curbolicous, able to kind of swing as soon as possible to those reduced, block stun frames. And there's the down to a lot of damage.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that attempt several times by HoneyBee. Finally did work out. Range. Okay, she actually outranged Cabal. It's rare that you see a character get to do that, but she was there. Here's Cabal. Back in for damage. Yet again. Always above 300. 372 no less.
The damage, David. That's a lot of damage. Doesn't even need to go into Fatal Blow. Curbolicous just, and you gotta love the fact that he didn't drop that combo in that specific scenario. He looked down at his opponent's meter. He said, you know, he doesn't have access to breakaway. I just gotta do the normal combo, don't drop it, and it's mine. All well calculated and looking all over the place.
Attempt on down two. Looks like Mr. HoneyBee blown up by Curbo is still in there. This is where Curbo wants to be. He wants to be playing those mix of God, the damage is gonna be there. I'm telling you, his conversions are always there. And he is gonna dominate in this game. 2-1.
Can anyone stop me?
He just never stopped. Like Curbo just kept going and going. And HoneyBee, you know, in the game before we saw a lot of great anti-airs. You know, HoneyBee is spacing back, trying to, you know, make Curbolicous whiff at certain points, but Curbo is just on fire, like able to just jump and kick and force that offense, force that way in there to stop, you know, HoneyBee. But we've seen HoneyBee adapt. You know, we've seen him in really rough situations. So, you know, don't put it past him to adapt and be one of the best here in this scenario. But this is tough, man. Curbo is on fire. I mean, he came from the losers bracket here a little earlier than he thought he would, and you know, able to get more matches, nice and warmed up. Yeah, he might be a little bit more fatigued, but he is definitely feeling himself. I see it in the gameplay. I see it in the results. So, it's gonna be a tough one for HoneyBee.
He came into here pretty confident into this top 8. I mean, his original thought was that if he stays focused and is composed, he assures us that he can get grand finals and even win. And yeah, here he is in grand finals. So far, it's only Hijinx to have sent him to losers. He is threatening. If he takes this game, he will reset and will be at a fresh 0-0.
And it's you know, when you get broken there, that mentality from the player that was on the winner's side, there's a lot of pressure there, you know? They're beating down on you and you're just like wondering, like, why didn't I just win that set? Oh, man.
I got questions too.
That's a little bit of an input error here from Curbolicous. That hook grab just kind of nowhere to be found.
Lined up pretty early here.
Yeah, so HoneyBee's got to be a little bit more mindful of that back throw. But Curbolicous obviously can play to that, go for forward throws just to kind of keep the mix up, not break that neck on that crushing blow. Ducking right under, not there in time to get any kind of punish here, but he does get some pressure. Able to swing a lot.
It feels like this is really all.
Once.
It's just all Curbolicous. It feels. I feel like HoneyBee has so rarely in this game, last couple games even, had control. No, the res.
I mean, it looks like HoneyBee was going for a down poke into Widow's Kiss. I mean, the absolute madness of that. I mean, yeah, it's very I mean, like, a lot of those are unsafe. Like, when a lot of people like pokes into special moves, a lot of them are unsafe, but Widow's Kiss specifically has that very, you know, very distinct animation. So it's very hard to, you know, let that one pass you by. You know, that one's usually cleared and punished.
Got it. And it is back to his control. For a while there, I felt like HoneyBee, okay, the roll into 4-1 comes into play. We've seen HoneyBee use that really well. The range on that poker. He's got the setup. Big chance. Oh, threat.
Oh, he's looking for something here.
He's scheming. Here's what he is. What a block, and the bugs were gone.
He blocked the overhead. That last one picks him.
Amazing. That said, HoneyBee breakaway. And okay, there. HoneyBee still in this.
What a
It
call
does
out.
feel like he has to battle big time.
Final round. Fight.
Brave walk. And when you have slight gas, I guess people let you just walk at him sometimes. It certainly makes sense. Expecting a different approach, just like that. And you got Turbo pumping out the damage.
Kerbo is double dipping, triple dipping. I mean, you know, it's not his turn, but he's still going for it anyway. Looks like that wasn't a counter, so it didn't lead into a crushing blow. Back throw, HoneyBee trying to, you know, solidify a little bit of dominance here. Tries to throw the Oki bug down, but really with no avail, not getting him anything. What can HoneyBee do to make this comeback? Curbolicous needs one more hit, one more throw, one more strike, literally anything. And there it is, the downward buzzsaw, and Curbolicous able to reset this bracket. Now, because this is a double elimination tournament, even though this is grand finals, that is the first time that HoneyBee has lost an entire set during this entire tournament. So now, both players on even playing field, both players dropped into the lower bracket, or the loser's bracket, if you will. I know David's got a lot of other names for that. But, you know, now they're on even playing field. So now from here, both these players on their last life, everyone gets 2 lives in a double elimination tournament. Now we're going to be determining who the winner is. Whether whoever gets to these 3 wins first is going to be the winner for today, is going to solidify a boatload of points to qualify for that finale.
Well, we already know that
a little.
we know the HoneyBee.
Did you see?
Well, we know that HoneyBee is already second place in points overall coming into this. He's going to be, I think, far and away #1. So in points, he's looking good. Yeah, I was just curious to see whether we would see any changes. Of course, when you drop down into the reset, when both players are in the nerds bracket, you get to switch if you want, but they're both pretty custom. Both going to stick with stuff here. Oh, didn't think he should go in for the rest. And the chase, so far, just like at the end of the last set, it's Turbo chasing, it's HoneyBee trying to get away to a range where he can do jump 1 and the like, but it just feels so hard. Look at this guy, gassing all over the place. HoneyBee desperate to find an anti-air, a check with down 3, but even there, on his usually trusty jump 1, it was anti-air from Turbo, who's firing on all cylinders.
Nice breakaway there from Curbolicous, trying to avoid as much damage as possible, doing it as early as possible, but this time HoneyBee finding the hit. Gonna be dropping the Oki bug here. Oh, doesn't go into big damage here, but it's just all these pesky little pokes. You know, Kerbo looking for throw, Kerbo trying to get around to high, but either way, big damage from Cabal, man. Like you said, David, it's always at least 30%, depending on the scenario, even if he hits a weird little air-to-air exchange. Kerbo is so seasoned, so experienced, that he can make those weird little exchanges lead into some good damage. So optimal here.
There was a chance for HoneyBee, who unfortunately didn't have that same level of optimization. He's gonna get away. Classic forward 1 afterward, but didn't believe in it. Didn't think he should go in. Then respected that neutral, that range there where Cabal can walk. He's not the fastest ground speed character, but he can get in there with buttons like this for the big stuff into even more damage.
Oh, down 2 out of the sky here. Great trusty anti-air from Delphora. Gonna be popping some big bugs to extend this combo. Here's the Oki bug, and there it is, stopping Cabal. But I think Kerbo just wanted the trade. He wanted to stop Delphora from trying to apply any kind of offense. That is really punishable, and what a risk taken here by Curbolicous. Unfortunately, did not pay off for him, and HoneyBee able to capitalize here as much as possible. Definitely hitting that fatal blow. Definitely wants to start this last set off in his favor. HoneyBee wants this first game. He wants this momentum. He wants to ride it all the way back to a victory here.
That spot they've been negotiating the whole time. Oh no, and falls luck even, yeah, instantly out of there. He has only done those random teleports when he's got the breakaway, but still now you can't get out of this combo right away, right? It's bad news even still. HoneyBee's got a chance now with the hit confirm. If he could make that range count, forward one, nuke jump one, that kind of stuff. Knockdown right away. Okay, HoneyBee. Expecting the breakaway, so none came, and Kerbo with a huge read. Willie Chase. Didn't believe in it. He did believe too hard in that one. He thought that was gonna whiff punish. He saw Devora whiffing. He saw his first hit connect, and it just wasn't at the right spot for it all to work out. So game one here in the reset, when they're both in the bracket of shame, goes to HoneyBee.
Oh man.
Fatality.
Fighting back here, you know, after losing that first set, it's really easy to feel, you know, overwhelmed. It's really easy to feel blue or down on yourself. But he's fighting that back. He's, you know, staying committed to, you know, this game plan, sticking with the character. Not that I would imagine that, you know, they're going to be changing different characters or different variations. They're both, I feel like collectively, you know, the communities of these characters, they feel like this is how you optimally play, you know, these characters. By having these things equipped, they're just way too important. That's why, you know, there's 2 slotted moves in both their variation loadouts, because they're worth it. They're worth it. You know, even though you have to give up a second slot in order to equip it, you need the damage, you need the way into damage, you need the mobility, whatever have you. And can Kerbo make this comeback? I mean, is he running on empty? Is Kerbo out of gas here, so to speak?
It's looking gassed up to me still.
Still gassed up.
But it was really nice. Again, I really like how HoneyBee was able to make that range work into his own pressure. And were still extended periods where he's just kind of stuck. Wow, what a whip punish here by Kerbo. But you can really tell that HoneyBee is scrambling defensively in some situations. Yeah, just like this. It's a tough spot to be in. But if he gets away from this, right back into it. Oh, and it was counter hit this time. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It hurts. Oh, the damage. And not only that, the damage, and he's going to get, you know, maybe some kind of little baby setup here. Yeah, he didn't have the bar, but he got something going. Took away nearly, or a little bit more than half of Kerbo's health, but that's not enough to make this comeback, because Cabal hits like a truck, especially when it's Curbolicous at the driver's seat here. Able to amplify that last part because he knew that's what he needed, and getting the job done here. Curbolicous looking good in this game number 2. A lot better than game number 1. That went to HoneyBee's favor. Big jump in from Curbolicous, able to go right into that auto-confirming move, that auto-confirming string, the 1-1-1 from Cabal. One of the easier things to do is to hit confirm in that. Hold on, a little bit of stagger pressure. HoneyBee going for a ride.
Yeah, he's trying to take risks to escape defensively. Here's the roll again. We've seen that been so important throughout these 2 sets. Let me get the bug. Threatening. Kerbo trying to escape, trying to buttons out here. Okay, jumping does the trick. He's right into it right away. Playing the mix-up on whether to break or not. The answer was no. And now HoneyBee, oh boy. He does have the corner. He does have the corner, but he needs a lot of work here. He has a lot of work to do. If he can find one more hit now that he has Fatal. Oh! Sweep! The jump! Kerbo was absolutely just playing patiently there. You can see he was not about to take a risk. Again, this is a player who has so often taken risks. He's been so willing to challenge after his own strings, challenge in situations where the opponents are, you know, 0 to plus, that kind of situation. There, when the game's on the line, he feels he can go up or tie it up 1-1, right? He just didn't want to take any risks at all. So each time he takes these risks, it's calculated, you know, because he can certainly bring himself back from that. He doesn't need to do it. He's shown many times at the ends of rounds, he's comfortable backing off, not challenging. It's just that when he does challenge, he's taking risks, betting it'll work. Guess what? Most of the time it has.
Black Dragon Fight Club.
Yeah, it definitely has paid out for him. And again, I think most of that kind of is attested to the fact that the reward for Cabal, especially Kerbo's Cabal, is just so high. You know, you can take these little risks. Yeah, you'll get down to here and there, or a little combo from a character like Devora. Whereas, like when I guess right as Cabal, I'm making it hurt. I'm cashing in big time.
Instantly in there is Kerbo. And you can see HoneyBee was trying to, I don't know, anti-air or something. It's just at such an awkward spot.
The forward throw here is HoneyBee, pushing Curbolicous a little bit closer to the corner here, but Kerbo is pretty mobile. He can just kind of gas in there, or just regular old-fashioned jump one. I feel like Kerbo jumps, and then from the point where he jumps, he tries to react with jump. Because if you do jump one way too early, you're going to get punished on the way down. And if you do it too late, you're going to get anti-aired, or you're going to lose the air-to-air exchange. But Kerbo, so good at changing it up for that specific situation. Very reactionary-based player.
HoneyBee with no offensive bar here. Kerbo is just going to, oh yeah, no, there's no going to be a bug here either. And there is one hit on either side, even though HoneyBee has more life. Kerbo, hop it over. What a tech. What a defensive choice by HoneyBee, who's right back into the mix. And Kerbo finds it. Not going to take any risks on whether to break or not. He's just going to break out the blow. Again, this is one of those swing games. Whoever takes this is going to go up 2-1. That's a huge momentum shift either way.
Yeah. And I love the decision there from Kerbo. Just cash in. No reason to risk the breakaway. No reason to go for anything else or even try to bait the breakaway. Just good old-fashioned. Use that fatal blow. You might not even have to. You might not even get the opportunity to later. It could be the clean round two, but right now it's not looking like that at all. HoneyBee looking fantastic here, getting all this offense set up with Devora. The Oki bug on the ground. What's he gonna do? Tries to go for the overhead, but it looked like the bug knocked him out of the animation. Like that was so strange and specific to this one stage, the one spot on the stage. And I guess HoneyBee just wasn't ready for it, or he mistimed it, miscalculated. So weird. Whoa, up 3, fully invulnerable, getting around the Oki bug. But again, very unsafe on block, very unsafe if you whiff, very unsafe if the opponent jumps over the other side, and that's exactly what HoneyBee did there. Baiting that out. HoneyBee wants to take this third game here. Oh, the Widow's
has 2 defensive bars. Yeah, as per usual, when you want to take those risks, it's with 2 defensive bars just in case.
Yeah. And now because of that, he's trying to slow down the pace. You definitely don't want to try to hit that projectile. It's so slow compared to Cabal's. And Cabal's reward for the projectile hit is so good. Full knockdown, very plus on hit. Not even that negative on block.
It's the bug coming into play, allowing HoneyBee to at least take some chip. He was looking for that to have been a jump. It wasn't. Oh, I love the choice by Kerbo. He's still stuck in the corner, though. Still stuck here as HoneyBee threatens. Oh, yeah, it's going to knock her out of it. But still, this is a huge life lead here for HoneyBee. No, the bugs! He didn't respect the bugs, and he's going to lose the game because of it. It's 2-1 HoneyBee.
He's shedding. His skin turned into like cicada skin, and it's just falling off of him. That is disgusting.
That's
Why does she have to do that?
His clothes turned into skin like that too. It's really unusual.
See, the bug bites into all types of fabrics and weapons, and it just overtakes it. I mean, she's from another world.
There's always a logical explanation when we're talking about Mortal Kombat brutalities and fatalities. None of that's out of the ordinary, as we know. So it's going to be back to Curbolicious's Cabal. He's going to have to win 2 in a row here, or HoneyBee will take it. Again, HoneyBee comes into this week as the points second place leader. He will definitely leave this week as the points leader overall, but the question is for Kerbo, who came into it 11th overall, how deep into that does he get before this week is through?
Yeah, he wants
the difference here is
you want
between first place at 350 points, second place at 260 points. It's a substantial difference. It's the biggest difference between any of adjacent places in the top 8 here. Could be a big deal.
Yeah, no, and it could be the defying factor between getting seeded against number 1, number 2, number 3, or even just not qualifying at all. So you definitely know these players are giving it their all, giving it their best. Even though they're both more than likely going to qualify for this finale, but again, it could be different depending on who succeeds later or not, who decides to join and not join. A lot of down poking here
Only
from
week number 3.
That's it. Only week number 3. A lot more events coming your way. Okie Bug on the ground. What's Cabal gonna do? Gonna keep trying to hold on to block, or at least he did for a second there.
No!
Oh my god!
At the end of the last 2 rounds, this game and the previous game, we've had Curbolicous try to challenge, and the bugs have just been spitting in his face. It is match point. It's tournament point for HoneyBee this week.
Confirm into the Widow's Kiss. No problem at all. Big jumping kick in the corner. Okie Bug. Curbo completely locked down here. Goes to delay wake up, and I like it. Get around the bug. You don't have access to the wake up attacks, but you get around the bug, no problem. Curbo trying to toss him back into the corner. HoneyBee trying to get a little bit of breathing here between him and Cabal, but Cabal just one slight gap away from jumping in there, trying to make it hurt as much as possible. A lot of stand ones, and Curbolicious block confirmed. Doesn't continue the string.
Gotta respect it.
Smart move. Smart move not to go for the punish there. That bug was gonna end your world, end your day.
His day is very close to being over here as he's in the corner. The hit confirm will come. The question is whether he'll survive this setup, even if it breaks. It's not gonna matter. It's HoneyBee taking it. Week number 3, MKPK North America goes to HoneyBee.
Oh, we got a little disconnect here. Oh, you'll love it.
We're not even gonna
You'll love it.
Y'all are gonna have to imagine the fatal in your mind. Okay, here it is.
I love the disconnect animation there. You can feel it. I mean, obviously, Curbolicous did secure a lot of points. He's still a really, really great player, but today it's going to be HoneyBee solidifying the most points, getting that lead here on NA East, and really trying to qualify, not just qualify for the finale, but try to get the best spot there is in terms of seeding. Traditionally, how seeding goes, seed number 1 has to fight against the last seeded player, which typically is your strongest player versus your weakest player. But again, anything can happen. I mean, a player can jump in really late into the season, get a few good, wins or top 8s here and there, and it could all be a difference in who's the best player and who's not the best player. But that was fantastic. Big shout outs to HoneyBee. That was a really, really incredible showing there.
That was awesome. And if you guys like that, you can enter yourself in the future. It's part of what we're doing here with PlayStation 4, of course. The PS4 Tournament Open Series. It's presented by PS4. Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is. Should check it out. There are weekly competitions for all skill levels. You can compete against your friends and your rivals. You can get unique rewards. Head over to the PlayStation 4 Competition Center. It has Mortal Kombat content with an inside look at how top players play, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. Compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID. Or see a list of all the things that you can sign up for. Again, if you're in PlayStation 4 playing Mortal Kombat 11, if you go to that home screen, you can just press the touchpad on your pad and you will immediately find out all this info yourself. So there were over 1,000 players in this tournament this weekend, just for the East. We'll talk about West when we get to it, which will be soon. But NA East had 1,030 players. It's a huge number of folks who have entered this. Super cool. I'm really glad that you mentioned before that, if you are one of those people and you got a chance to fight against somebody who maybe felt new, maybe, you could tell they're just kind of getting into this thing, reach out to them. Reach out to them and bring them into this kind of stuff. Let them know that there are streams like the one that we've done today. Let them know that there are tournaments all over the place. It's not just this on the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition, but the community itself running tournaments just about every night. There are multiple weekly community events for Mortal Kombat 11, and there's a ton of different ways to get involved. So it would be awesome if we could turn 1,000 competitors into 1,000 regular competitors. Do your part to help reach out, and let's grow this thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely all about growing the community. You know, the community's bigger, the views are going to be bigger, the prizes are going to be bigger. It's all just positive things. Let's let's leave all the negative stuff in 2020 and behind us. Let's just, kind of just move forward and embrace it, embrace the love. And not only that, I also want to give a little shout out to, when you're finding a new player, tell them about Combat Academy. That you could see,
Oh yeah.
you could learn what frame data is. If you're playing a player that clearly doesn't know what frame data is or doesn't know, what punishes are or anything like that, send them that way. And there's so much that you can read up on and just learn how to play the game, competitively, and, just to learn new strategies, learn what it's all about to be, in this community that we love so much, the fighting game community. And I guess that's going to be it for us here. But don't go anywhere. In less than an hour, literally less than 20 minutes, we're going to be starting NA West. So we're going to see the top 8 for that, all the great players from that region, and it's going to be incredible, just like this one was. So if you just joined us, again, don't go anywhere. And I guess it's going to be it for us. David, I'll see you in a little bit, and I love you guys. Stay tuned, and make sure you check us out next time.